Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Camp Hustle One here, back with another live stream. How you guys doing, man? Welcome, Eris Play World, Coke, Benny, David from the UK, man. Good to see you guys all in, man. So what is tonight? What's tonight's show going to be about, man? I think tonight is the night we're going to finally cover the Saint and the Sinner. His time has finally come. I know some of you guys have probably been wondering when I was going to eventually cover this guy, but I think now is probably the perfect time to do it. Before we get started, let me make sure that we are live on Twitch and on Kick. So let me just give me 1 second. Make sure I got everything going. All right, so that one's going and that one's going. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into our first video here. So the first video we're going to talk about is the dark story of YouTube's worst cult leader, the Saint and the Sinner Exposed. This is by HRK Studio. He's a relatively new channel, has about 39,000 subscribers, and I want to say this is his only video, but let's double check, because I think this was one of his first videos that he did, and I looked into it, and I believe the Saint and the Sinner is now starting to flag this guy's video, so hopefully, you know, we can watch it now while we can, and, you know, keep it in our records forever, because it might not be here tomorrow. Let's check real quick and see. I think... Okay, so yeah, he does have a video from 7 months ago. Okay, he has more videos than that. Okay, I guess some of these other videos were just like, looked like they were hidden. But yeah, this video is from like a month ago. This one here. He also did one on the Most Toxic Podcast. I think we did that. We covered that one like 2 weeks ago. But yeah, let's go back. We're gonna watch this one here about the Saint and the Sinner, and I believe he did Saint and the Sinner did like a 3-hour podcast, like talking about this, and I guess trying to debunk all the points that were made. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna watch this guy's video, and we are going to decide for ourselves what we believe. So it's only about 23 minutes, so we'll go through it. Should be interesting. Let's make sure the audio is good. Oh, let's start back here. All right. All right, let's check it out. David from the UK says, oh yes, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, I mean, this is apparently, I believe Saint and the Sinner is like issuing, like, he's getting all of his assassins to flag videos, anybody that criticizes him and stuff, so he's obviously butthurt over a lot of this stuff, and you know, the thing is, man, if you can't take criticism, then you're not a man, dude. You're just a soft individual. But let's continue.
Every time a cult leader rises, millions of people suffer.
900 people committed a mass suicide at Jonestown in South America.
All was behind the subway attack.
Because my whole work is to destroy followers.
But the cult's legacy carries on.
Take it! Take it! Take it! Take it!
And today, it is in the form of this man.
What a crazy imagery right here. This is from, I believe, his self-funded show that he started. It was called Burton Plantation. The gist of it is just kind of a retelling of history, but basically race swapping everybody so that it gets people to pay attention. I think it didn't really hit too well because a lot of people didn't really tune into it. And the Saint and the Sinner will say that he was suppressed in the algorithm, whatever, and that's why it didn't get as many views. But yeah, I haven't seen it. I've just seen like little bits and pieces and stuff, and we're gonna see a little bit more of it in this video. But I don't know. I think it's an interesting idea, but I just don't think it was executed properly. Now, I'm a graphic designer. This is probably one of the worst logos I've ever seen. Like, I get the duality of the Saint and the Sinner, but it just doesn't... This is not a good logo, because it's like... It looks wonky, you know? I think it could have been done a lot better. I hope he didn't pay for this logo, but yeah, I would definitely go back to the drawing board if this was something that he wanted. This looks like a first draft. Looks horrible.
The saint and the sinner. A man who wants to build his own town by keeping followers chained. A man who praises the Bible, but sits among OF girls like Andrew Tate. A man who treats women like they should not exist in the world.
If a man tells you to do something, I don't care what he said. If you opened your legs up to him, do what he said.
Mr. Burton.
Shut your mouth.
So apparently he paid a lot of these actors to do the Burton plantation, but they're all garbage. And I don't know, man. I think it might have just been poor direction, because, you know, you could have a good actor that just has poor direction and the whole production comes out crappy. I think that's probably what happened.
You know, getting that grind on.
This classic clip.
And that grind on, you know, just getting her warmed up.
And if a follower tries to escape his prison,
for those of you that own guns, do you think he held that gun properly? Let's look back at that. How maybe it was just acting how he kicked back. Let's watch that one more time.
You know, just getting her warmed up.
and if a follower tries to escape his
Okay, so he's holding the gun. I don't know. I think he needs to have that resting on his shoulder.
prison,
May God forgive your soul.
He didn't shoot it at all, so I mean that was all acting, I guess.
Marquette Burton is like a poisonous gas on YouTube,
The idea that Malcolm X died as a selfish traitor.
who is consuming viewers under different names of his cult.
And if you defy me, you defy not me. You defy him. You defy God.
This video is going to reveal his scams.
Why did you
If
do
I
an
know how
NFT
to
scam
say
on
it.
your fans for
Look,
like
if I
$400?
The Whatever podcast. This was with Adam22, and yeah, he basically made Adam22 walk off the podcast because he brought up the NFT scam and the Bitcoin rug pull that, you know, is pretty well known.
Silly. Checkmate.
He got the amount wrong. He said that he scammed for $400 when really it was closer to $2,000.
This guy's a scammer.
His ultimate objective,
You were in my land. Usually, I would have you taken out, have your whole family murdered.
and how he's recreating the haunting memories of the abandoned cults.
Peace to the saints.
This is one of the funniest ones because his head is like way bigger than his actual body. It's just like, I don't know. If you're going to do AI or you're going to like superimpose your face, you need to kind of scale it to your body. His head looks way too big for his body in this one.
When a man considers himself above God,
You can never do that. I'm the big homie.
he becomes arrogant,
When you look at my head, it's beautiful, bald, brown head.
as well as dangerous for the society. And Marquette
They couldn't have found a better clip. I mean, he didn't even hit the target, man. Let's go back. The target's right here, okay? And he hits just to the right of it. Hold on. Oh, hold
and
on.
Marquette Devon
Shit. Go back.
When you look at my head, it's beautiful, bald, brown head.
as well as dangerous for the society. And Marquette Devon Burton exploited
Probably should have done a second take of that shot there.
every opportunity to prove what he's become.
And if you defy me, you defy not me. You defy him. You defy God.
Just like cult leader Jim Jones, who poisoned 909 followers by calling himself God.
See me as God. Say, how do you feel when you're preaching this? Never do I feel so good. When I say I'm God, then I feel strength well opened in my soul.
All the young girls who have not known the man by sleeping with him, keep them alive.
In the name of faith, he considers people not as integral part of the society, but as slaves born to serve him.
Master, she's just a child.
She's a slave.
And for him, those slaves could exist in a world where there are no rules and regulations, a place that he calls Burton Plantation. The same strategy that was followed by Jim Jones, where he executed his followers. He called it Jonestown. Now, to express his actual intent, Burton even published this video on his channel, Burton Plantation TV Show, Episode 1. Moreover, one viewer even donated $99 to support his work, while others loved the way Burton used religion to express his power. Loved the way religion is used to justify their actions as well as placed them in a position of power. Shows just how insidious they truly were. Great work. However, this level of acceptance has given him more power to consider himself above all. Like this image where he replaces Napoleon on his famous warhorse with his own face. Or this image where Pope Francis is seen bowing down to his knees. Nonetheless, 3 years back, his overconfidence helped in discovering one of the disturbing scams on YouTube.
Checkmate. This guy's a scammer.
And it's funny because every time someone accuses him of scamming, he always wants that person to give them all of the details, even the slight, the minutiae. He wants to go into every little single detail of how the scam was pulled off. The fact is, like, people that know about the scam, they don't have to know every detail. They just have to know that people lost money, that you basically moved around different positions of your company. You appointed people as figureheads of certain companies that went basically belly up, or you say that you sold them off, but they were also, they really, in reality, they failed. And, but the thing is, he will spin things in a certain way to be like, yeah, you know, if it doesn't take off after 2 years, I decide to sell it. Well, I was like, no, it was, the fact is that the company went belly up and you had to sell it. You had to get rid of it. Let's see. So Airs Playworld came back. He said, Two-Face Man, copy and paste the face. Yeah, it was pretty lazy. You know, looking at the logo from a design standpoint, it is just a copy, paste, and flip, you know? And I don't know. I think it's a very rough logo. I think he could have done a lot better. Could have hired somebody professionally to do it.
On one of his YouTube channels called The Saint and the Sinner, he launched a cryptocurrency coin through this post.
Awful logo again, dude. We can't get away from it. Oh, man. It's like one side, he has like the chest of the person, and the other side, it's like completely flat. I don't know. This just is, it's horrible, man.
Limited supply. SASN coin is now available for purchase. Just announced at conference today. Now, the full form of SASN is not explained by him anywhere, but from the look of it, sounds similar to the Saint and the Sinner coin. However, when his followers clicked to buy the limited supply on this link, they could not believe their eyes. They noticed that the value of the coin went from 2.2 thousand to all the way to 0.
Almost instantly. If you look at this graph, you see that it's not even a full day from, what was it? It says 40, hold on, was 405? Oh, let's go back. Let's go back to where it was. So 4/5, that's where it had dropped. Before that, it looked like it probably wasn't, not even like a day or so. Maybe it was like maybe it was like 24 hours, maybe a little bit over 24 hours, but this is like almost an immediate crash. The highest it was 2.2K, and then it dropped completely down to 0. So you had a very limited window to buy into this coin, which I believe it was priced at like $1. And all of the money got funded back to one of his wallets. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure whoever was in on the scheme with Marquette, he was able to make off with all of his supporters' money. And yeah, I feel bad for anybody that bought into this coin.
Noticed that the value of the coin went from 2.2 thousand to all the way to 0. And this fall was not committed by the demand and supply in the market, but by Marquette Burton himself. Fortunately, viewers were quick enough to identify this scam and published this post on Reddit. Saint and the Sinner rug pulls $2,000 from his fans. If you look at TVL...
I love the, in parentheses, Marquette Devon Burton, the what is an NFT guy. That's going to be following him for the rest of his life, dude. Thanks to his little debate he had with Destiny. It's pretty funny.
Total value locked. It looks like the pool was at 2K for a couple of days before collapsing to 0. If you look at the trade section, there's a bunch of transaction for removing liquidity. The transactions are going to his address, which have his own NFTs on them. Most importantly, when Burton committed this...
Yes, the NFTs that he could create from the command line. I do remember that that point. And, you know, there were a lot of people that were calling in and clowning him and stuff, and, you know, just trying to get to him explain what an NFT was. And he just didn't. He never did it. And, you know, if you know what it is, you think it would have been just so simple to shut everybody up and just say what it was. But what Marquette did, he said that asking him what an NFT is would be like asking Michael Jordan what is a double dribble, you know? And I'm pretty sure if you were to ask Michael Jordan what a double dribble is, he wouldn't feel insulted. He would just explain it because he knows what it is. And yeah, it wasn't a good example.
NFT scam, he did not even know the meaning of NFT.
And so I told him, like, enough tea, like enough tea, like NFT, like what is an NFT? What is an NFT?
Classic, dude. Classic.
And whenever viewers ask the meaning of NFT, he always tries to skip the question and put the burden on the person asking the same.
So there's like a phobia.
No, there's not a phobia for everything.
There's like a phobia for like explanations. There's like phobia for like explanations, so people will try to dodge explanations. Kind of like you try to dodge the NFT thing earlier.
No, was that the actual point, or was the point of like were you scammed going down the path of what is an NFT, which is going to get me to talk? No, we're not going to do that, gang. We're going to have you answer the question.
It even got to a point where he blocked viewers the moment they asked this question.
And he actually also doesn't.
In every video, every comment section of Saint and the Sinner, someone always asks him, what is an NFT? It just never fails. That's like, it's over 3 years old, but people are still keeping it alive.
What an NFT is. So I was wondering if you could explain it to me.
These guys are awesome. I like these guys.
So how can this guy launch a crypto coin when he doesn't even know the meaning of NFT?
Compare me to no fake shit. Don't compare me to no fake.
Turns out his habit of scamming people also caught the attention of Adam22.
You're broke.
Your feelings.
You're actually broke.
Here's the fun.
I just don't really want to listen to a scam artist tell me what's so
What do you do for work?
Adam is a famous podcaster.
Sludge Lords. We got Ryan Long.
Who happened to meet Burton when he was lecturing OF girls.
Right now.
A lot of things will be hard for you to comprehend. That's why you're in sex work, because you can't offer value in the marketplace.
Damn.
Now, this meeting was hosted by Whatever Podcast, but Burton failed to realize who was sitting on the other side of the table. As Burton continued to lecture OF girls.
Right now.
A lot of things will be hard for you to comprehend. That's why you're in sex work, because you can't offer value in the marketplace.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, if you had legitimate...
I think I have a lot more to offer than just being on OnlyFans.
If you had
like that I started 2 months ago. Like there's a lot more things I have to offer than
If
that.
you had significant...
Adam was losing his cool. He knew something was off about this man. He sat quiet for the right moment, and when he got his turn, Adam grilled Burton to the ground.
The direction, that's why she didn't know.
I'm a bad listener.
Just
I'm a bad
interrupting.
listener and I'm a cheater.
Okay.
Then prove
Why
it.
did you do an
If I
NFT
still
scam
had
on
a-
your fans for
Like,
like
if I still
$400?
Silliness.
Checkmate.
Silliness.
This guy's a scammer.
Guys.
You can see the look on Burton's face. He had no explanation to Adam's answer, trying to avoid the moment.
Yeah, the only problem is that he got the amount wrong. If he had said closer to $2,000, then yeah, he would have had to like explain himself. But the thing is, he never explains himself. And whenever he's confronted with it, he's going to be like, okay, so if you know so much about this, how about you explain the scam? And it's not really, the burden of proof is not really on the person that's accusing them. It's the person that you should explain what happened. You know, like if it wasn't a scam and the coin crashed, it would be on you to explain how it happened or why it happened and why you decided to move the funds.
Silly.
Checkmate. This guy's a scammer.
Guys.
Is that a job?
Just like he did with NFT question before.
And he actually also doesn't know what an NFT is. So I was wondering if you could explain it to me.
These guys are awesome. I like these guys.
But Adam got him at gunpoint and revealed the ugly truth about this man.
Just so you know, every girl sitting on this side of the table earns more money than him.
Yeah.
Stop. He's an imposter. He's been outed in the past.
And he's mad about it.
He
And
basically
he's mad.
LARPs as a rich.
Meanwhile, the guy speaking is Marquette Devon Burton. He was the NFT guy that rug pulled $2,000 from his fans. He had a fake website he enlisted himself worth over $100 million. A real scammer. When Adam claimed that Burton acts like a rich guy on the internet,
He basically LARPs as a rich.
it convinced us to deep dive into the life of this man.
Mr. Burton.
Shut your mouth.
And
you know, the problem is every time someone asks Marquette, what does he do? Like, what is he known for? He always just tell people to just Google his name. He's like, you'll Google my name, you'll get a bunch of stuff that comes back. But when people actually do it, they just get the book that he wrote, which is The Black Box, and nothing much else. Everything else is either like a paid for article, you know, kind of like Fresh Prince CEO style. He paid people like in Forbes, like not even actual Forbes, but like a Forbes editor to write an article on him, and a few other things. But it's just like, even what was it? He had a video that was it was supposed to be a BBC documentary, but it actually wasn't that at all. It was just actually BBC like told him that he needs to remove their name from that production because they had nothing to do with it. But you know, he was just trying to get credibility back then, and you know, people were none the wiser to try to search it up and try to look it for themselves.
Burton himself requested to search for him in Google.
My name. You can Google my name right now. You can Google my name.
I mean, wouldn't it be easier just to tell us what you do? It's like, I know I've said this many times about Fresh Prince CEO when he's just like, you don't know what I do. But it's like, if you can say you can Google my name, why don't you just list off things that you've done? You know, it would be a lot easier than having us to go search it up ourselves or go, you know, read, you know, 48 Laws of Power or whatever to figure out what you do. I just think it's a lot easier just to say what you do.
Intrigued to find out more about him. Fortunately, we are really glad for investigating his background, because the more we dug deeper, the more scams this guy was hiding.
Will be a bit unusual. We'll be stacked up a bit. We have a nice...
And off the bus, but even classrooms for attendance or...
Welcome to Book Smarts. Today's book I came across when I was training.
I am receiving the biggest gift possible by being honored by such honorable people. So
the first we were looking for was a website that describes his background, or anything that could help us understand who he is actually. And keeping in mind the way he was bragging about searching for himself on Google.
My name. You can Google my name right now. You can Google my name.
Or the way he compares himself to the great Napoleon. We thought there would definitely be something big out there. However, Google results only mentioned him as an author of the book called The Black Box.
That was a horrible cover for the book, because it just says The Box, but because I guess he wrote black in black ink or something on this black background. Yeah, not a good idea.
Now, don't get swayed by the 575 reviews on this book, because fake review complaints have been going on at this platform for a decade.
So I'm sure those are all of his supporters, probably people he probably has paid, or people that he's put up to, hey, you know, say buy the book and write a good review, and I'll slide you like $100 bill.
Most important thing to notice here was the About section of the author. In this section, Burton claims that he is the CEO of FletchApp.com, the world's first effortless attendance technology, and has opened Fletch offices in Chicago, Cincinnati, St. Louis, South Korea, and Puerto Rico. But the moment we typed FletchApp.com on Google, it directly led us to nothing. We tried it several times, but the moment the website opens, it suddenly redirects to a virus or something we didn't click. Luckily, on YouTube, we discovered a 6-year-old video where he was introducing what FletchApp was about.
Fletch started as a effortless attendance technology. So similarly, once a student
Eris Play World, thank you so much for joining the stream. You have a good night.
Walks into the classroom, it'll detect their presence. And at a lot of institutions, we actually put these devices out.
Now, this video was published on this Missouri-based news channel, which is why he could not get them to delete this video. But if he claimed that this product is worth $40,
device is about $40, and the important thing is it lasts 3 years.
And it was such a huge success that Marquette has opened Fletch offices in Chicago, Cincinnati, St. Louis, South Korea, and Puerto Rico, then why does this product not have a single source of existence on the internet? Even viewers from this video were quick enough to identify who he is. And now it all makes sense, because in one of the startup job search websites called wellfound.com, Burton mentioned his profession as a B2B software sales expert. So how can an author claim himself to be an American technology entrepreneur, a CEO of an untraceable company for which he opened offices in multiple countries, when he's actually a broke sales expert begging for money from viewers?
Let's not forget, he was also a pimp, and he also sold drugs as well. I believe he said his parents, or his mother at least, was a crack fiend, I believe. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things that if you add it all up, it's like that's a lot of lifetimes to live, man.
And of course, for those of you with common sense, if you'd like to support the work as I go through, you can also use this information here to send in tithes and tuition.
Turns out Adam22 was exactly right about him.
Because you're broke.
Your feelings.
You're actually broke.
Not to mention, nowhere in the About section he mentioned the profession in which he did masters from Johns Hopkins University. And here he mentioned about receiving an alumni award from the same university. But on YouTube, he expressed it as receiving a global award from Procter & Gamble Company, which is listed under Fortune 500 companies in the United States. Marquette Burton Award acceptance speech and other clips. Clips of Marquette Devon Burton giving acceptance speech for global award, speaking to Procter & Gamble about...
But I really wanted to be here. We actually started raising capital on Tuesday, and then I caught a plane that same night and flew out here, and investors were mad, like, how dare you? So thank you all.
This suspicious behavior was also pointed out by one of the readers from his not-so-famous book called The Box. The author loves to brag about his education at Berkeley and Hopkins, although he really went to Pasadena Community College, so it's...
He never talks about Pasadena Community College, though. He'll always go straight to going to Berkeley and Hopkins, because he just knows that those are more well-known. Coke Benny came back. He says, sales expert minus the expert. I mean, that's the thing. He's like, who's going to check? You know, it's like, I can say all this stuff and nobody's really going to take the time to really dig through and find this stuff out. But, you know, one thing that he was saying early on was that he was a distinguished alumni of Johns Hopkins University. And I was like, you know what? I even took the initiative to like look it up and see if he was a distinguished alumni, and nothing came back. So I was just like, I think this is just all fluff, man. I think he's just saying whatever it needs, and he's just hoping to God that nobody double checks on any of this stuff.
Seems this should have been edited much better, or maybe his education isn't anywhere near as good as he likes to claim. If he really is a wealthy technologist and businessman who works with foreign governments and leaders, I wonder what they think about his childish stories and language. Anyone with half a mind would realize the author lives in fantasy land. Dumber people may be fooled by his stories, but please, people, do not give this fraud your money.
Oh, this is going to be the time when he goes to Andrew Tate's house with the chocolates and the card. Who could forget this point?
Many of you may not remember this house, but if you look closer, it belongs to one of the most controversial people on Earth.
I can walk through London with a t-shirt saying Jesus is gay and nothing will happen to me. If I did the same thing with the Islamic prophet, I'd be dead before I got to the end of the street.
Boom. Trafficker!
And the reason why I am showing you Andrew's house is this.
Now, I believe this all started with Marquette. He was in I believe he was in a hotel room on his laptop, and he was looking up Andrew Tate's house, and he decided to fly over there. He said he already had some business in Romania anyway, so that's why he was there. But he's just like, I might as well do this anyway. So he does like this 2-hour stream of him getting chocolates and picking out a card and stuff with his assistant so that he can have this interview with Andrew Tate, because Andrew Tate told the BBC the only way that anybody can get an interview with him is if they bring him a box of chocolates. So here is Marquette trying to appease Andrew Tate. And I don't think they even saw him. I think it was just, I think the security guard took the chocolates, but he never got the interview. Actually, but what Marquette said, he said that they told him to turn off the cameras, or that the cameras started glitching out or something like that. Once they got inside, he said it was really weird, but all you see is him back in the car driving away from the house. And it was just, it was the walk of shame, basically. But he tried to spin it another way, that the cameras, they glitched out once they got inside the walls. It was so weird. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure his fans believe that.
Yes, that's Marquette Burton standing outside Andrew Tate's house.
Someone is coming, by the way.
What's that?
There's coming. People are coming.
Now, many of you might wonder what Burton was doing outside Tate's house. A person who was banned from YouTube for publishing opinions like this on women.
But I said that if a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man. That's his woman. So she wants to do OnlyFans. She owes him some money because she's his.
Turns out the reason behind Burton meeting Andrew Tate was this.
Women are terrible at selecting mates, and it's primarily because women are narcissists.
Did you say God gave women intuition?
Yes, and women do nothing but suppress it.
Women don't have any intuition.
What do you mean women don't have any intuition?
All of a sudden, Burton was storming against the value of women in the world.
I'd be so disrespectful to these fat girls, man.
Okay, so now you're trying to power. When women in general start like powerlifting, you're kind of like, but you ain't even strong like that. But this is half of a woman. Your legs don't even hang off of the damn workout bench.
He was boxing like Tate. And he was acting macho like Tate.
Yeah. Because men are the leaders, and they've fallen.
Do you know why you are attracted to a man that has more money than you?
This is the same scammer and sales expert who claimed to have found a revolutionary technology.
Good question. So typically school districts will pay for this device, and we've actually made it very low cost. So this one device is about $40.
And yeah, the problem with that was the timing of the release, because it was right around COVID, what a lot of schools were doing, like digital learning, and everybody was basically indoors. So it failed because of timing. And I mean, I'm guessing it would have been a good idea if, COVID never happened, but unfortunately it is what it is, man.
After knocking at the door of Andrew Tate, he's trying to become a new version of him.
I don't want to look at these older women who have wrinkled necks or they're overweight. It's very angering and inconsiderate. It would be much more thoughtful to bring on an attractive young woman, because these are some of the few things that they can do and they deserve to get paid. So move these old hags out of the way.
Be a rock. You supposed to be the foundation of the family. They telling y'all to get out all these emotions and shit. Hold that shit in sometime. That's not a man's position. Hold that shit in.
But what was the outcome of copying the Tate brothers?
YouTube shadow banned me, demonetized, and blocked, and basically have suppressed all my content. So I don't make any money on YouTube at all whatsoever.
How long has this been going on?
Surprisingly, despite all his channels getting demonetized, Burton has discovered a unique way to scam viewers.
And your psychology demands of you that no matter what the circumstances are, you are going to perform at the high level.
Yeah, I mean, he asks people to basically donate to him in terms of like Venmo and Cash App and all that stuff, like outside of the whole YouTube thing, so he can still get money. But then also when he wants haters to come on, he says the only way they can come on is if they send them, their Venmo with their email address and stuff. And the last hater that he said come on is like, you guys got to pay him like $50 so that you can come on he'll let you on the show and you can ask him anything. I'm like, dude, we're not paying you. Like, why would we pay you if we hate you? It's like, why don't you just let us on for free and we can like say whatever we want? But he doesn't want to do that. He wants to make money at every angle because he's not getting paid for any of it. But he's a millionaire, so why does he care? Apparently.
Burton is now targeting the ideologies of the great American civil rights activist.
Dr. Martin Luther, the king of beautiful words.
Yeah, there's your PayPal at the bottom. $20 for questions answered, and it's like, I don't know, man. I think if you are really honestly trying to do good for the people, it's like you wouldn't ask for money, but you know, he's the sus and the scammer, man. He's got to make money at every point, man.
And hideously insufficient understanding sold blacks the idea that if you could just go to the same school as the whites, if you could just eat at the same restaurant as the whites, we'd be equal to the whites. Oh, it's so dreamy.
And also Malcolm X.
I'm forwarding the idea that Malcolm X died as a selfish traitor who betrayed the Black Revolution.
However, the ultimate objective was not debate on such controversial topics.
I have a dream.
But to extract money from viewers through position.
And of course, for those of you with common sense, if you'd like to support the work as I go through, you can also use this information here to send in tithes and tuition.
Sure, he's trying to stand up for black people, but the situation takes a darker turn when you look inside his mindset.
I've said many times, sometimes your grandmother's a slore, and that's okay. Your grandmother's a slore. Some of you, your mother's a slore.
And what he truly wants with his followers.
I'm feeling generous. Like say I was the Pharaoh and you were in my land. Usually I would have you taken out, have your whole family murdered, maybe leave your wife and daughters alive so that I could do things to them and make them watch each other suffer it and then execute them. But today I'm feeling generous. So I'm gonna let everybody live.
Most importantly, the moment when he supported Osama's letter to America.
The answer is very simple. Number one, because you attacked us and continue to attack us. Well, that's fascinating, isn't it? You see, Americans will find that strange. What? We've attacked you? How have we attacked you? Right? That's how Americans think. How did we attack you? But see, Americans are so thoughtless and brain dead that they don't realize, well, this is accurate. Americans are like, how did we attack you? Well, think about all the times we've gone into the Arab world, into the Muslim world, and caused problems.
Peace to the saints. Peace to the saints.
Now, if I ask you in one line what kind of person Marquette Devon is, the answer might be difficult to cover in one line, and we totally agree, because at one point, he's giving a disturbing relationship advice.
Daniel writes, how do you choose when you have two good women that both go above and beyond for you? What do you mean choose? Like, why can't you just keep them both? Like, come on, bro. That's like saying, Marquette, if you have a Maybach and a Rolls Royce, which one do you want to keep? I want both of them. Like, what are we talking about here? Come on, bro. Like, don't limit yourself like that.
And on the other hand,
yeah, get them both pregnant. That's great advice, man. I mean, it's like, why? I mean, why not? I mean, everybody's making enough money to take care of all these kids. Why not, man?
He's teaching how to build an app through AI, how to profit in stock market with his stock picks, how to learn AI web development course in 10 minutes from him, how to create a product-based business with $500, an entire website dedicated to paid courses by him, and last but not least, his quest for a city where he could create his cult and enslave followers.
What I need is a strong albino to work the fields.
Maybe this incident could help you decide what kind of person he is.
If I tell you to shut up, I'll just look you in your face and say, Matthew Dubenmeyer?
Yes, sir.
German? I'll say, Matthew Dubenmeyer, shut up. I don't have to be passive aggressive.
It happened when this innocent hotel manager tried to stop Burton from recording inside the casino.
Wait, are you going with me?
Pretty standard, A lot of places of business, they are private property and they don't want cameras on the inside. That's pretty standard.
Does he mind? Does he mind?
And in response, Burton said this.
Matthew, don't create a problem for yourself, because you can't create a problem for me. There's no problem you can create for me.
There's no problem.
But there's an infinite number of problems I can create for you. I didn't tell you to shut up. I am not a passive aggressive man.
What was this?
I'm not a. Before hearing me speak, I saw so many brainless blacks in the chat.
Yeah,
What's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do?
What is this music, dude?
Where you at, who you with, you ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip, keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, all the time, stand on it. If we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, sink ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it. Really on go, I don't know what's an off day. Now we on road, came from
this couldn't have been a good idea for him to put out a video like this, like thinking that, oh, I'm just gonna show guys like how to hump people, how to hump women on the bed and stuff like that. And you know, I'm pretty sure that Marquette will spin this in a way like, no, I was teaching guys how to responsibly use protection and stuff, and not like not weasel their way out, I guess maneuver their way out of, or giving a woman enough time to decide that she doesn't want to do anything. So it's like, that's what he's gonna say, that he's teaching men how to use protection and stuff. But it's just like, I don't know, man. I think he could have done this. You could have demonstrated something a little bit better.
in the hallway. Now we got shows, boys feeling like
just Broadway. Very sus.
Always look both ways, even on a crossway. Driving down Cross Bay, out town Barclays. Really on big things, came up a small way.
That look is so crazy too. Like he's really enjoying himself here.
Championship.
He's like, I've always wanted to whip a white person, dude.
Rings, baby, that's a ball game. Oh, she want a little bag, baby, that's small change. Yeah, that money talk. If we ain't cool, then cut me off. No breaking news, don't run your mouth. Thought it was the plug, now he running off. Thought it was a plug, now he running off.
This dude is literally the scam artist of all scam artists, bro.
So shout out to, I believe it's HRK Studio for this video. You know, it did expose a lot of scams that he was doing in terms of the rug pull and, you know, just scamming his fans for all for money, you know, because now that he's demonetized, all of his channels are, he has to really kind of figure out how he's going to make money now, you know, because he still claims to be this international businessman, but there's so much that, you know, if you guys don't piece it all together, you know, it just kind of goes nowhere, you know? So, but no, a pretty funny video, man. And this is the video that he's actually trying to get like taken off of YouTube. He's getting his fans, his assassins to basically flag the video, get it taken off. So, you know, you guys saw it for yourself while it's still here. Cook Benny came back and says, this reminds me of that video you showed us on Reddit on one of your first streams. Oh, are you talking about the music video? Because I was actually thinking about showing that for old time's sake. Because yeah, I was thinking, how could I start the stream off? And I was thinking definitely put this on one of my saved videos. So yeah, if you go to my saved on Reddit, it's one of the first videos here. The Saint and the Sinner parody song. Is this the one you're talking about, Cook Benny? Because this is the one I wanted to play for you guys next here.
This man is out there impersonating other people's identity. He is an image consultant, which makes perfect sense because he's all image.
Hold on. Let me make sure this audio is all the way up. It seems like it's a little low now. Reddit seems to be... Oh yeah, we're at 100. Let's boost this up to like 260. Let's see how this works.
Smoke and mirrors, all appearance, no substance.
The music video,
now,
awesome.
Why is that important? Because in the age of the internet, people can pretend to be all kinds of things while being nothing.
Where is your substance? Where are your women? Since you're bragging about what you have as a king, can you show us anything? Bank statements, women, anything to show me that you are about that life.
You see that anger come out. It's not passion, it's pain and anger. And the reason you're in this weird relationship is because you are weak and you're taking scraps. You're taking what you can get. You're not taking what you want. And what I teach is open them legs up, you dig. You know, filling her up, you dig.
Avoiding unwanted pregnancy. So I guess he's showing how, you know, you got the girl laying on her back or so, or maybe she's, you know, laying on her belly or something, and this is where you would slip on the condom, I'm guessing, without her knowing.
and then I'll get down butt ass. And once I get butt ass and I'm in there, you know, getting that grind on, you know, just getting her warmed up and you kissing her, you can't slow the flow. Don't slow the flow. Keep going.
Oh man.
Like, help me understand that.
Sure.
You really know who I am. That's him.
Now he has a very like eccentric clothing style, you know? Like he likes dressing up like grandma's couch. It's always gonna be floral. It's always gonna be this weird like retro pattern. And you know, he likes a lot of like shiny fabrics, you know?
Wow. Yeah, I just heard from the team here at Cox 69 channel. I just heard from the team on my headset that I
just busted right inside him and he can't extend on me anymore and he seems a little overwhelmed by my girth and tonnage.
Get a little bit of
Come on. Come on.
I'm flaming. Get it off me. Ah!
a little bit of backdoor action.
Meanwhile, this nigga's a homosexual.
I catch them hoes like Randy Moss, boy. One hand, you heard me? So I know what to do with them. I know how to deal with them.
You're lying to me. Claiming to be Randy Moss with these hoes. But it's more like...
Coco, he was like, butt ass. Like, he couldn't have said that in any other way to make that sound cool, man. It just didn't sound cool. It just sounded sus, man.
Like Blaine Edwards with these boys.
I'd rather be around bodybuilders and boxers and fighters. I want to be around beauty and prosperity.
Come on, guys. Come on. Come on, boys.
And that's the nature of these liars. And that's why we need to put him in the dirt, because we cannot have him corrupting the youth. He says so many things that are in direct contradiction.
Couldn't agree more with that statement. That's why we're going to shed light on what Mr. Sass is all about.
I like booty.
How do you handle men and women trying to C-block in general? Truth be told, I don't think that's ever happened to me in my entire life. I don't think that's ever happened to me. Number one, if I were you, I might hit the gym. You might need to put a couple pounds on, man. People looking at you like a lightweight, apparently. But truth be told, if they use the language of, is he bothering you? My personality, I'm not recommending this to you, but my personality, I might, as soon as he said that, I might turn and say, no, I'm not bothering her, but I want to bother you, though. I want to bother you, though.
Yeah, I'm wondering why he's going this direction with it. Like, if a guy accuses you of bothering his girl and then he just completely focuses on the guy, you know, it's like, yeah, he always wants to scrap. He always wants to throw hands, and he always wants to come out as like the dominant one.
And then I would have done something very grimy, like exceptionally disrespectful. Like I might have grabbed his butt or something. I might grab a handful of his butt.
This nigga's a homosexual.
And mean mugged him while I did it. Just take all of his manhood. I might have just done something just outrageous because I don't really like how he's getting involved.
So he let you know that he's going to...
That was an AI, okay? That was all him saying that. So, I mean, these are more breadcrumbs, you know? You just got to add them to the files, man.
grab the booty.
Yeah, the time has come. Oh, you've been waiting. Oh, I've been waiting too. You dig? I had to wait till I got off vacation. I was gallivanting through Europe. You dig? Private jet style.
Gallivanting. He's full of Myron energy. Absolutely, Coke Benny. And you know what? I think as far as the person that came to his door that he's going to speak about pretty soon, I think we cracked the case long time ago that it was probably Myron that was there.
That's the sort of thing you start to say once your dick gets chopped off.
It was 2007. I was just moving into a co-op at the University of California, Berkeley.
This is the Myron story.
There was only one other black guy in the whole building. Maybe like a month in, I get a knock on my door at 10 p.m. Open the door. Guess who it is? 6'4", gay black guy. I'm like,
is he doing here?
He's part of the rowing team. He wants to just welcome you into the school, man.
He said at 10 p.m. he gets a knock on the door from a 6'4" gay black guy.
This nigga's a homosexual.
Why in the world is a 6'4" gay black guy at your door at 10 p.m.?
These are good questions.
Two men from different cultures learning to love one another and depend on each other's for strength. Inventor power.
All right, you guys. So this is the song. This is the this is the music video. I hope you guys enjoy. It gets a little sus, so I'm just gonna warn you guys. The ones that have never seen this, this gets very sus very quick.
What is your gig? Or is it cross-dressing? We saw you in a wig. The evidence is out there. You can't renege. Having minutes come over while you get ready for the day. You're quick to wanna preach to all the young boys you want to teach how to be men. When you act like a beach, you reveal more about yourself with every speech. Flying on the world for your passion for fashion. Who did you imagine while you humped your bed sassing? Which is short for a sassy assassin. You got ass on your mind, and did you come up with that as you laid and sat eating as you thought a man butt and the cannons? The male anatomy is your distraction. Inventor, poet, a counselor.
Okay, I want you guys to pay attention to these glasses. These glasses are cat eye glasses. They're female glasses here, and he's rocking them. He's rocking them like they're for him. He's so manly he can wear women's glasses and it's fine.
What is your gig? Or is it cross-dressing? We saw you in a wig. The evidence is out there. You can't renege. Having men's come over while you get ready for the Stop lying to yourself and just admit. Sometimes you don't do the hitting but get hit. You're not into the beach but that banana split at night when it doesn't fit the pillow bit. Next time don't forget to hawk to and spit on that thing like a batter before the swing. The longer you lie, the more the stain. Be honest, be free about your love of the dang-a-ling.
Wait, I never noticed this. When he's doing that little dance around his... Look at these, I don't know what these are. If these are like capri shorts or whatever. Hold on, look at this. Hold on. What is this? It's like, they're not pants and they're not shorts. They used to be like really tight jeans that he like cut them off. And now they're shorts. But they're not all... This looks wild here. Okay, he says, this brings me back to your first streams, man. Yeah, dude, we have come full circle. I told you guys one of these days I'm going to cover Satan the Sinner, and today's that day, man. So I'm glad, Coke Benny, you've been here from the very beginning, man. So I'm glad you were here to at least witness this. Everybody else that is part of this this stream today, yeah, this was history in the making, man. It was bound to happen eventually, and yeah, today's that day, man. Why is Diddy in there, man? Oh man, this was before the judgment, and before he got locked up and stuff. So yeah, this was very timely. This whole edit here.
Inventor, poet, or counselor, what is your gig? Or is it cross-dressing? We saw you in a wig. The evidence is out there. You can't renege. Having men's come over while you get ready for the day. Is that why you call yourself saint and sinner? You want to be with the...
Oh, he's sporting the Fletch gear right here. He's got the t-shirt here with the little the logo and stuff. So yeah, that's these are the Fletch days right here.
Him and not a her. Bottle in your feelings, you're gonna crack like a fissure. Don't wanna fish, but play with glitter. Don't like soft breast, you want something stiffer. You need to come out, my boy, live your truth and enjoy your life before the lies, the ploys you make will destroy and crush your joy. Cause you will be exposed for not being the real McCoy.
This right here is what I was talking about. The grandma's couch, like, that he made into a suit here. Like, this is just like, this is his style right here. And yeah, he's trying to make it look hot, man. I'm sure there's a lot of females that think this looks great, man, but yeah, I don't know, man. And this is probably a custom suit that he's very proud of, man. It's just, this is very, very fruity. Coke Benny came back. He says, Icy from FNF got arrested for leaving her kid alone in the streets of Miami. Dude, this is something we're going to cover. I actually meant to cover that in the beginning because that was one of the things I saved on my Reddit, but I wanted to get this out first. As far as that, I did want to cover that because I didn't see anybody else talking about it. And yeah, we're definitely going to cover that.
Inventor, poet, or counselor, what is your gig? Or is it cross-dressing? We saw you in a wig. The evidence is out there, yeah. You can't renege. Having men's come over while you get ready.
That unfortunately was the Myron pick there. I mean, Myron wasn't in it, but it was a Myron-esque pick, you know? This right here. I mean, maybe this is his buddies, whatever, in school, whatever, in college, or whatever. But yeah, this is like, this would be a Myron video, a Myron post right here. Like, he's just, I mean, he's very similar to Myron in terms of his taste.
Come over while you get ready. You did.
Sassy land, dude. I hate how it just keeps going, dude. It keeps going. That's a sassy picture there too. Just staring into another man's eyes, whatever. And I don't care what kind of promo this is, man. But this looks a little sus right here, man. It's like, why are you sitting so close? You know, give yourself a little bit of space. I don't know. This looks like, I don't know. I don't know what you would even call this, man. It's not like trading spaces. It's just like, I don't know. What are you doing later, buddy? That's what it looks like, man. It looks bad. Looks real bad. Oh, and I guess that's the tie-dye that he was talking about. He was talking about he's like, who the hell wears tie-dye? But then he's wearing a tie-dye shirt here with pink socks. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe this is just like an out west kind of thing, man. Maybe like California, whatever, this is how they dress. But it's a little sus, man. Right here.
Do the right thing. Come on out the closet. Don't be afraid to be who you is. Black, white.
Coke Betty. He said he's the actual Black Myron, dude. It's true. Myron is just he's the Arab type, you know? Because I mean, he definitely wouldn't claim. Actually, no. Myron does claim to be black when it's convenient for him, you know. But it's only so you can have the N-word pass. That's
whatever. Ain't that the truth, Ruth?
I always knew that I liked guys. You know, I never really liked females, you know, and I used to act like I liked the females because I was trying to withhold the image and shit like that. I didn't want nobody to judge me and stuff like that, but then I stopped giving them.
This man is out there.
Oh man, what a classic, dude. This is like one of the first streams that I did, and I remember, you know, I saved it on Reddit. I was like, dude, this is amazing, man. But I wanted to I was like, dude, that's just, it's so funny, so hilarious, dude. So yeah, this is the story that Coke Benny was talking about. Icy being arrested for leaving her kid. I believe her kid is 6 years old, and basically he was walking the streets of Miami, and they found him like I think a block away from his house, and yeah, it ended up being Icy, who's person. I guess she ended up getting arrested or whatever. Let's check it out. This is from Local 10 News, WPLG. This is local news in Miami, but let's check it out.
A mother under arrest after her 6-year-old son was found walking alone late last night. It took police hours to find out who the boy belonged to. Local 10's Aaron Mabin live in Miami with the arrest report and what it revealed, Aaron.
Yeah, it reveals a lot, Louis. This was truly a case that puzzled police. A little boy found walking the streets all by himself, no family in sight. But Miami police found the boy's mother, and she's in jail tonight. A Miami
Damn, man, Icy has seen better days, man. Like, I don't think that she's still with FNF. I mean, she was with them during the documentary, but I don't know, maybe she's still on the show or not. I don't know. I haven't watched the show in forever, so I couldn't tell you. I think I don't know, man. But she obviously was probably out, maybe hanging out with the crew or something, and I don't know, didn't realize that her kid was out, with the door unlocked or whatever, and able to just walk the streets. Kind of crazy, man. Maybe she thought the kid was sleeping and he was gonna stay asleep, but I don't know. You can't leave your kid home alone, dude. Like, that's pretty serious.
Mother is behind bars facing a child neglect charge after police say her 6-year-old son was found wandering the streets overnight. Police say a man found the boy near Northwest 7th Avenue and Northwest 17th Street around 11 Wednesday night.
He was just sleeping on the street there, and when he saw this child, then did the right thing by taking the child to a nearby business and calling the police from there.
A new arrest report says when
sleeping on the street, dude, that's crazy. I mean, it could have been, could have got hit by a car, could have been messed around with like a homeless person, or whatever. Could have been abducted, and she could have never seen him again, So that's crazy. Annie Rivera. This is looks like that's Icy's real name there. Damn, they put her phone number up here too? Sheesh.
He's interviewed the boy. He said, quote, "Mommy dropped me off and left me."
Damn.
Police say the boy had limited speech, so they put out a flyer to help find his family.
Not only in identifying this child, but also identifying the parents. We don't know the status of the parents.
Police say the boy's school notified officers of the child's name and his mother's name, now identified.
Dean Toastal Ghost, welcome to the stream, sir. Mother of the year. Yeah, mother of the year indeed, man. That's like I said, man, it's like, it seems like anybody that's crossed paths with FNF have either, cut ties with them completely, or they end up in jail. You got Icy that's now in jail. You got Xena the Witch, who just can't keep herself out of jail. It seems like every other week she's going back in. And yeah, it's like these ex-employees, they can't catch a break, man.
As 30-year-old Annie Rivera. An arrest report says police found a DCF intake from 2025. The allegations were concerns with inadequate supervision. The investigation led officers to an apartment on Northwest 7th Court, where police took Rivera into custody for...
Coke Benny says, do you think Myron would defend her actions? Probably not, man. Like, what Myron would do, he probably would not even bring it up. I'm sure people have probably addressed this in his chats and stuff like that, and he probably just probably ignores it. We probably should look into that and see, because I'm sure any news pertaining to any employee of FNF, or if they're an ex-employee, whatever, he probably wouldn't even bring any attention to it, just out of his loyalty and respect and stuff. I don't think he would try to make any content off of this, of course, because of his, past history with Icy being a part of the show and everything. But I don't know, man. I think I don't think he would defend it. I think he would probably just not even shedding the light on it at all.
Questioning. Nearly 12 hours after her son was found, police say Rivera told detectives she had no idea the child was gone.
Thank God that he wasn't hurt.
Not a good answer, man. When the kids, when the cops ask you, like, "Hey, you know, did you know anything about this? Did you? Was there any reason why you left your kid alone?" And I mean, it's like, I don't know. What do you say to that? You know, did you just say, "Oh, I just left for just like a couple minutes to get something or whatever," or and I was going to come right back or whatever, you know? But it's like the kid was out wandering for a while, and you're like, I didn't even know he was gone. It's like that's not a doesn't look good, man. Looks like child neglect right there.
Kid is in good health.
And that boy was found about a block away from his home. But remember, he wasn't able to speak for himself. So there was so much confusion overnight, leading to that desperate search for answers. Now, Rivera.
Now, this kind of reminds me of what I do with my own children and stuff. Like my daughter, she's 8 years old, and she knows both my number and my wife's number by heart. She also knows our address. She knows our names. And, you know, if something ever happens to her and she's like this on the street by herself and someone, you know, gets her to the authorities, you know, or cops, whatever, and they need to try to track one of us down, she has our numbers memorized. It's something that we practice with her because, you know, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. You know, if you ever get separated or, you know, God forbid, you know, you get separated at the mall or something, or maybe you're out at like some crazy function where there's a lot of people and you get split up, you know, you want them to be able to track you down and find you and have the information and stuff. But yeah, that's just it's one of the things that we wanted to make sure that we did just in case, you know.
Did talk to police during questioning, but it's not known what exactly she said because police redacted that section in their police report. Tonight, the little boy is safe in DCF custody. We're live in Miami tonight. Aaron Mabin, Local 10 News.
So I'm guessing the man that she had the baby with, the man she had the baby with is probably like not around. Because I remember she was like, I can't remember, like maybe like a year ago she was talking about how she was in a new relationship with some guy, whatever. I guess that didn't pan out, man. Let me go back because there was something I saved here. Hold on. Let me go back here. Yeah, we're gonna switch back to what we were watching earlier. So let's go back to my watch later. So there was a video, or I guess a channel that I guess follows Saint the Sinner that did like a compilation of the Myron versus Marquette debate, or I guess beef that's going on, and I kind of wanted to watch it. I haven't seen the whole thing, but I did want to watch it, and then I wanted to kind of like share my thoughts on it because, yeah, I mean, these guys are beefing, and we're chalking it up. Well, at least Marquette is chalking it up to like whenever anybody asks Myron about Marquette, like if he's ever going to come back on the show, Myron said he's just like, don't bring him up anymore, you know? So, and that's all we know. We don't know like what actually went down between them, but it just seemed like that there's more to it than what's being said on both sides. So let's check it out. This is by Legion of Saints. This person is obviously like a supporter of Marquette. And so yeah, let's check this one out.
They're like, hey, when's the Saint the Sinner gonna come back? And Brody's over here like,
Southtown says,
XO Charles, welcome to the stream, sir. Yo, hustlers. Glad you can make it, man. Yeah, so this is a special episode covering Saint the Sinner, man. I remember I said probably over a year ago that I was going to eventually cover him, and today is that day, man. So welcome to the stream, sir. Good to see you, man.
Myron, could you bring back no.
This was the Rumble rant that came in to Myron, and this is where he was just like, don't bring him up. Because Myron, would you bring back Marquette Devon Burton? He is the latest to be demonetized speaking on this subject. And let's see what Myron says.
Next chat. Sharp says, stop asking me that shit.
No, Marquette, your ears deceive you. Nay, please do rewind the script and let us take a listen at this theater at play.
Southtown says, Myron, could you bring back no. Next chat. Sharp says, stop asking me that shit.
What? Who? Hey, bro, don't have my name in your mouth like that, boy. You be careful with my name in your mouth. Play with something safe.
Now, this was a 3-hour live stream that Marquette did, and I think I think Fresh and Fit fans basically, or maybe it was even Fresh Fit themselves, they got this video taken down. So it is now no longer on YouTube anymore. I believe we covered it on our live stream, and it was 3 hours though. We didn't go through the whole thing. We kind of skipped around a little bit, but there was two videos that he did that are now completely taken down now.
These kind of sessions can
and the reason it got taken down was because he was basically going in on their appearance, and that was what went I guess against YouTube's policies and stuff. So yeah, I guess you can't I mean, you should go in on a person's actions and not like their appearance, because it's just like, I don't know. I think that would be a better argument to have.
Lost lives, because the truth is dangerous. So if you know it, even fewer are willing to share it. But here we are.
And when he said, don't bring that nigga up, that's when it was done. I really want you all to reason with me here. Per usual, we're going to be surgical. We're going to break it down bit by bit.
And I only tell you guys what is going to move you forward. I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know from experience, not from what I've read, not from any guesses. I'm telling you what I know from experience, whether we're talking about women, we're talking about business, travel, what have you.
And for those of you who have low attention span and probably low IQ, this is not going to be the video for you. However, for those of you who are intelligent, capable, focused, and you hunger for the truth, this is something I think you may enjoy very much. So let's go ahead and get to this work.
Here we go. Welcome to my life, by the way. Welcome to my life, ladies and saints. I'm about to share a bit of my life with you. And as we are all human beings, sometimes bits of my life will become bits of your life, which is to say that we may share a common path. So pay attention, for there are many, many lessons.
There was a time that they were demonetized. Fresh and Fit, they were demonetized. And then I came to...
there was a time when they were demonetized. They're still demonetized now. That time is still now. So there's not a time. I mean, it's like they've been demonetized for almost 3 years now. Well, 2 years now.
Myron, and I said, I know you're demonetized. I know your finances are taking a big hit. I'm going to put $30,000 in your pocket from my pocket. I'm going to take $30,000 out of my pocket and put it in your pocket. Here's how. That's when he was demonetized. I showed up to show him love and look out for him out of the kindness of my heart. When I got demonetized, I didn't ask for anything. I just said, hey, I know you've been demonetized before, just via text. I said, hey, I know you've been demonetized before. What advice do you have? I didn't ask for anything. I didn't ask for any favors, nothing. I just said, what advice do you have? Right? Bro says fame went to Myron's head, him and Fresh, 100%.
99.9% of people.
Now, we can't verify if he actually offered him 30 grand, just to put in his pocket or whatever. Because I believe that was around the time that they were trying to set up the whole Tariq Nasheed debate with Myron. And Myron started changing around the different terms and conditions, saying that, if he's going to debate, he has to have Andrew Wilson in his corner. Someone as a debate member and stuff, or a teammate, and Tariq Nasheed, he can have, anybody else. I can't remember the guy's name. It's going to bug me again. The guy that's going to build the school, I can't remember his name. Who, if anybody in the chat knows who I'm talking about, the guy that is like Pan-African, he says that he's building a school. He's been taking forever to build this school. I know you guys know who I'm talking about. I can't think of his name right now. If it comes to me, it will come to me, but he was going to have Tariq Nasheed partnered up with him against Myron and Andrew Wilson.
People who want to be famous are probably bad people. What is fame? Attention from strangers? Why would you want that? You need to feel loved. You're not going to get love. You're going to get people trying to use you, trying to make money off of you. You're not going to get what you're actually seeking. So it's the sick among us that are seeking to be famous. You lose your privacy and so many sacrifices. Yeah, no, we should be weary of those types.
I mean, doesn't Marquette pride himself off of being an alpha male that goes by his actual name? He's like Myron Gaines. He's not a real man because he uses a fake name, like a lot of these other people and stuff. He's like, but I use my real name. It's like, aren't you kind of seeking fame and stuff? And you just said, let's be wary of those types. Aren't you that type of person?
I text Fresh and I text Myron. I'm demonetized. What advice do you have? Myron didn't reply. Fresh didn't reply. I was like, oh, that's fascinating.
Fascinating, darling. Fascinating.
Coke Manny came back. He says, Myron claims that he won the debate, yet he wants a rematch with Andrew Wilson by his side. Yeah, it's like, I don't know why you can't just take the verbal beating by yourself. Why do you need to have somebody else there that really has no part of the conversation? He's just going to be like a third wheel, you know, just kind of be there to interject. And it isn't even about him, you know, like the beef is between Tariq Nasheed and Myron. It should just be one-on-one, but Myron doesn't want to do one-on-one. He doesn't even want to go out of the studio. You know, he doesn't want to even do like a side-by-side like Skype call. He would rather have everything in the studio, and he doesn't want to pay Tariq Nasheed for his time, whatever. He wants him to come all the way out there and then I guess have all the power to cut his mic, kick him out if he wanted. And I was like, I don't think anybody's going to do that, you know?
The world's sick out here.
But I think that was the point. That was the point for him setting those terms so that it would never happen. It was just, you know, it's just his weaselly way of getting out of it.
We got a sick world out here. So week goes by, don't hear anything from either of them. And then I hear bro on his live talking about, don't bring that nigga up. What? Okay. Say no more. Say no more. It's up.
If you all have been listening to me for any amount of time, you've always heard me say the following phrase: we are in revolutionary times. You've always heard me say, I am a revolutionary. Revolution is necessary. You've heard me describe the means of revolution. I want you all to notice I am the thought leader in this YouTube space. I'm your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. Why do I say that? Notice everyone calls themselves Manosphere. They call themselves Red Pill. They call themselves PUAs, pickup artists. They call themselves all these titles, all these funny titles. No one calls himself a revolutionary except me. Keep tracking. Watch and see if all of a sudden people are talking about cultural revolution like Marquette Devon Burton. Keep an eye out.
Okay, I remember now. I had to Google it. Dr. Umar Johnson was the teammate that Myron said that Tariq Nasheed could have as his debate partner, and Myron would have Andrew Wilson. He was just like, yeah, it's like, bring them on or whatever, and I'll have my. And I was like, dude, it's not even about them, man. It just needs to be you versus Tariq Nasheed.
You'll notice they start stealing it.
Right? Like, every revolution was led by men. Every change was led by men. We can't depend on women to do it because they're not going to do it, because it's always men that have, you know, picked up a sword and fought for their beliefs. It's never women. So, you know, if we want things to change and we want to, you know, make America great again, I don't use that term, but really great. I mean, we're great now, but like being great for real, back to like, you know, like a 1950s era where, you know, one income can support a household, and, you know, we had the nuclear family, and we had.
They're here to make a.
Can we just acknowledge the style that Myron does not have with these tight pants going way past showing his socks, and like these Chelsea boots that he always wears? Like, this is his style, man.
Depend on women to do.
This is bad. I don't know if these pants are like cuffed at the end or if these are like his socks being exposed. I think they're cuffed at the end. This is a bad look, Myron. This is a horrible look.
Gonna do it because it's always men that have, you know, picked up a sword and fought for their beliefs. It's never women. So, you know, if we want things to change and we want to, you know, make America great again, I don't use that term, but really great. I mean, we're great now, but like being great for real, back to like, you know, like a 1950s era where, you know, one income can support a household, and, you know, we had the nuclear family, and we had.
They're here to.
You can't go back to those times now because we live in a time of inflation. So we can't go back to where it's like a single income. You know, like women, they want to help, they want to work, they want to contribute, and, you know, especially if they want to have nice things, you know, and they don't want to just depend on the man's income to just pay bills and stuff. So maybe they want to buy stuff to decorate the house or plan trips and stuff like that, or I don't know, take the kids for hospital visits and stuff like that. It's like, that's things that, like, you know, we don't, as men, we want to be able to fund, but if we don't make enough, we take out a second job, and that's less time that we get to spend with the family. The wives or the girlfriends, they want to work too, so they can help it out, and they can basically, you know, be an equal, not an equal, but, you know, a part of the partnership, you know, or relationship, however you want to say it, you know. But I think that, you know, yes, it would be ideal if the man provided and made enough money to cover everything, and the woman was able to just stay at home and just take care of the children and take care of the house and stuff and just manage that. But, you know, we live in a time of inflation where it's not really realistic for a lot of people, you know, and women don't want to just stay at home. Some women want to actually go out there and do contribute as well. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's something that I think about, that when men say like, yeah, you know, we can try, like what Myron just said, we can try to go back to that time. It's like, you can't, you know, that's like trying to put the genie back into the bottle again. It's like, you've already given women all of this opportunity to climb the corporate ladder, to have education and stuff and better themselves. I don't think women are going to want to go back, you know, go backwards and just give all that up, you know. Some will, but most won't.
Make $1. I'm here to make a difference. Don't get into it today. There will be many lessons. I hope you all have your notepad and take these lessons to heart.
A lot of these jokesters, they're alpha male tough, red pill, alpha male tough, but they're all cowards, nerds, and snitches. Cowards, nerds, and snitches, the whole of them. And I encourage my haters who were so gassed up when the coppers pulled me over with a clapper on me and many bands on me. Not like the rappers, they had them bands of 20,000. Well, nah, the big homie had big bands. You did.
So for those that don't know what he's referring to, Marquette was leaving his office and he says he got pulled over and the cops searched his car. I believe he was driving his Maybach, and they asked if he had a gun. The whole thing was on his stream, whatever. But he said that, yeah, he's like I got a gun. There was money in the car and stuff. He ended up. They said that he was driving. They gave him like a DUI. They said he was driving not while drunk, but he was driving while he was high. You know. We don't know because we weren't there. This is just all information that he's given to us on his own stream. He did spend a night in jail, and for as far as the charge, I believe it ended up being like a charge for driving while intoxicated. But the cam footage hasn't been released, so we haven't seen it. I don't know if he's been to court for it yet. So it's like we can't really speculate anything beyond from what he's already told us.
Lots of them. And, you know, about 4 coppers and an undercover pulled me over. I encourage the haters to get that footage. I want to see the body cam footage. How did Marquette behave under pressure? How did Marquette behave? That's what a measure of a man is. You find his measure when he's under pressure, when things are not going right, when the chips are down. These guys can teach you nothing. They can teach you nothing about being a man. So I wouldn't waste time with them. Now let's go ahead and take a look-see.
The only thing, the last infinity stone that would make me unstoppable is if I got hookers. Because then if I got hookers, I would give 0 fucks about women for real. Like 0.
Doesn't Myron already not give a fuck about women already? So this might be him telling on himself right here. Just like kind of lying to us by telling the truth, you know? I think it's quite obvious what Fresh does. But for Myron to speak against like paying for box and stuff, it might just be his persona online, but offline, dude, he might pay for it all the time just because he doesn't go out, you know?
Oh, fucks.
Yeah, secret simp.
0 fucks. I wouldn't deal with none of their bullshit. I wouldn't be trying to game them. I'd be like, man, shut your dumb ass up, bitch.
You're a savage. Okay. You're a beast. Okay.
It's a lot easier, right? I mean, the thing is, I think Myron, he had a stream actually where he was saying like, yo, it's so much easier. It would be so much easier just to pay for hookers because then, you know, it's like you can get back to work after that. You know, you can just take care of that and then get right back to work. It would be so much easier. And I have to worry about whining and dining and all this extra, you know, BS that you got to deal with. I was like, well, it sounds like you're really playing it like this is a benefit. Like, you know, like, what are you trading for that? You know, it's like you could possibly get a disease, man. It's like, I don't know. It's a little risky.
You're a real man. Okay. You're RP. Okay.
Please stop. You're completely deluded. Like you're mad in the British sense. You're mad, darling. You're mad.
We all know that the king ranks higher than the queen.
T and Tosago says the gay man in the closet. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think both of these guys, I think Marquette is a little sus, sus in the center. And then you got Myron who, like you only seen Myron smile when he's around his rowing team, dude. Like when he's surrounded by a bunch of guys, he's happier than a pig in shit, but it's like he has nothing but contempt for women. And yeah, it just seems like he's more in his natural environment when he's just around a bunch of men, dude. He's happier that way, but it's like he's got to keep this persona though. He has to maintain this like no, you got to keep women at a secret, at a distance or whatever. They're like, women are only good for one thing and one thing only, and it's just like, okay, Myron, we know, we've seen the files, man. We've gathered all the paperwork on you, man.
So if that was the case and she viewed you,
those glasses, man, they strike again. These like these cat eye glasses, man. Like he loves rocking these glasses, man. But these are, if you look at these up on Google, man, these are totally for women. But he's gonna rock them, man, and hopefully nobody notices them.
That way, she would always keep you esteemed in that level. Because the fact of the matter is, it would not make sense for the king to be the one offering gifts. When you come to the king's court, you offer the king gifts, So that
maybe those glasses were a gift from one of the girls that he paid for the evening, or maybe she just left it. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna rock these.
Where people are actually viewing you and how the society is oriented. And I've said before that we are in fact in a patriarchy.
Because I'll tell you this.
Now, this was something that I wanted to post as a short because Myron, he really tells on himself here. We got to listen very closely what he's about to say.
Niggas that get hookers or escorts, they're on some different type of timing. They're like real cold-blooded, which is great. That's how it's got to be. Because I'll tell y'all this right now. This is how they always look at us. I just can't do it, though, personally. I can't do it because, for me, I look at women as, like, inferior. And then also, like, I'm not going to the gym and training and fucking keeping my teeth white and shit, right, to pay no bitch for sex. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, are you serious? Hell no, bro. I'm not doing that.
Anytime you encounter a woman is potentially an asset. All of them are burdens, you see.
Yeah, but Myron, he's not looking for like an actual relationship now. He's so, into his work and stuff that he thinks that he's actually targeted. So if he was to start up a relationship with someone, that would make them a target. So that's his reason for why he doesn't want to start a family, because he doesn't want to put his family in danger. But I'm just like, no, I don't think that's the case, man. I think it's just, you are trying to speak out against certain powers that be, and you think that you're targeted, but I think you're kind of irrelevant, and you're just fighting for any type of recognition.
Every woman on earth is a burden. I can do a separate video on that, but some may also be assets, but every single one of them is a burden. Imagine you're the provider. You have to provide for them. They're a burden in as much as that's the case. And that's not only...
And technically that would make children a burden, right? It's because you have to, they depend on you to provide for them. I don't know if that's right, man. It's like, I think that's kind of like we want to be able to provide for women and provide for children and stuff because we are the workhorses. That is our position in this life, unless you're greedy, unless you're selfish and you just want to provide for yourself. By all means, like if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But, if you want to have a family, you want to have a legacy, it should be no problem in your mind that you would want to work hard to be able to provide for them. It shouldn't be a burden. It should be an obligation. But I guess to some guys that see women in a weird way or not in the straight and narrow way, they see them as a burden, something to be disposed of.
Financial providing, you have to provide leadership, guidance, emotional support, many things, patience. But some of them are an asset. I say that to say if you're an upright man, anytime you deal with or you encounter a woman,
you could potentially have her join your family, which is to say that would be the greatest honor for her, or she might be merely someone that you would enjoy in a carnal way and discard immediately afterwards. So there's a great range as to how she can exist in the life of a super player. And I state that because sometimes you'll hear women say, well, what do you want from me? And I tell them the following, which is true. And it's nice to be able to tell the truth. I say, I want the most that you can give me. Well, what do you mean? Well, I want the most that you're qualified to give me. You see, if you're an honest woman who has loyalty, you are mentally well, and you respect bosses, then we might be able to go the whole mile. I can add you to my family. We can procreate. We can live and, care for one another and enjoy life until we have wrinkles and we die together. Or if you don't have any proper competence, if you have a foul mouth, if you're unruly and moody, then I will enjoy some of the things that God has blessed you with, and then I will discard you like the rubbish that you are. And that would be the...
God damn. It's like, I guess a woman is not allowed to have a bad mood at any point in time, even during, certain times of the month or whatever. It's like, you're going to get discarded if you come at him with any type of attitude, man.
Most appropriate thing to do. That would be the righteous thing to do, in fact. So I want the most that you're qualified to give me. And to be clear, to bless you guys with a little bit of language, you see, women will often suggest like, oh, it's just about sex. No, it's not about sex. But if that's all you have to give, then yeah, it would just be about sex, because that's the only value that you can offer me. And that's not my fault. That's actually your fault, dear. That's your fault as a woman for not seeking education, for not having a more enjoyable personality. That's your fault for not being a kind, considerate female. That's your fault for not learning how to, socially interact and have proper manners and etiquette so that I'm proud to showcase you. That's your fault that it's only about sex. It would be about more than that if you had a value greater than sex. But
I also think that you have to determine that value that you see in her. I mean, she might have a lot of value that doesn't pertain to you, or probably doesn't benefit you, She might have her own, business or something that maybe takes away some of her time with you, and it's not in any way that you would have any part of field that you would be able to help or aid her in any way, but her time away from you is probably maybe putting a strain on the relationship, so you do away with her because, I don't know, maybe she has a business or something. It's like, it just seems to me like you determine as the man, like, whether the woman is valuable to you, whether she's pretty enough or maybe she's valuable enough in other ways and stuff. But it just seems to me that you make that determination, and whether she's valued to you or not, or if you're just going to be around for sex. So yeah, I don't know. Like this, it's like the mindset is like either take it or leave it. It's always like one way or the other. When it seems like there's a little bit more nuance to it, but he's not, of course, saying that.
Often, that's the only value you ladies have to offer. So that's what we have to deal with. You dig? You set that stage. I'm just a player on the field. You're me trying to get it across the goal line. That's about it. Don't hate me for that. Hate yourself. Anyways.
Like, I'm not some fat.
You gotta admit, that's a little sassy from him, man. A little sassy.
Nigga, that's like 5'1", right? I'm not over here looks maxing, right? Not over here fucking looks maxing. It's a fucking wallet max. I'm good. No, thank you. What the?
Didn't you get like a hair plant surgery though? Like, didn't you like try to get your hairline back and you had waves for a little while? It's like, I think that in a way that's a little bit of looks maxing. You got your teeth fixed and stuff. I mean, seems like you care a little bit about your appearance.
Fuck do I look like?
Sometimes you might know someone for 10 years and they still lie to you, cheat you, steal from you, betray you. When you meet people who are of your caliber, they're honest, they have good character, and they're well off. They don't need to cheat you, betray you, steal from you, and you can get on with them just as well as you could have gotten on with someone you've known your whole life. So always be open to that. Being an opportunist means that you are A, looking for opportunities, but B, you're also creating opportunities. You are able to carve out the small advantages bit by bit that add up to victory and success. People are often thinking that opportunity is going to come and shout at them when it's really not the case. You have to make your opportunities in this world, especially if you're a man, and especially if you start off at a disadvantage in this world. And some of us do. And you know what? It's okay. And no one cares and no one has sympathy for you. So you're better off just getting on with things.
Some of you niggas are ugly. Some of you guys are Jeets. Some of you guys are fucking Asians. Some of you niggas are short, dirty Filipino niggas. Some of you guys are some dirty Mexican motherfuckers that literally like 5'3". Hola, hola. You know, you chalupa ass niggas. You know?
Byron is in the best position to talk about this stuff, man. This is
like,
great.
I get it for some of y'all niggas. You gotta fucking cash at Max these hoes. I get it.
This is the clip. This is the clip I was talking about. Listen to what Byron says here. He's talking about some, ugly guys, they gotta pay for it, all right? That's just kind of their lot in life. Listen to what Myron says here.
Okay, you gotta get the pesos to get some pussy. Fine. I'm not doing it though. I'm 6'3". Myron Gaze, I'm not paying no bitch for sex. I can't do it. I'd rather fucking sit in my room by myself and just cry myself to sleep.
Oh man, I mean that part right there, I was just like, did you have to say it like that? Did you have to say that you would just, I mean, maybe that's the reality, maybe Myron is really opening up to us right now, and but I don't know if he should have said it like that.
Then do that shit, bro. Fuck out of here. I cannot do it. I wish I could though.
Be yourself. If you're a dirtbag and you'd like to show everyone that you're a dirtbag, be yourself.
Jamar Toombs, what up? I'm a new subscriber here. I subscribe to your channel. Hey, man, welcome to the stream, dude. I appreciate you checking us out. Yeah, tonight is a special episode. We're talking about Mr. Saint in the Center. This is a long time stream coming. We were going to cover him. I've covered everybody else in the manosphere, and, today is his day. But yeah, man, I appreciate you joining the stream. This is kind of what we do here. We just kind of go through whatever happened in the week, and I usually pick like one or two topics. Also, if you have just joined the channel, make sure you join the Discord as well, because I'm always posting videos in there. I'm also taking any suggestions for anything that you guys would like to cover, and I'm more than welcome to bring you guys on if you guys ever want to be a part of the show. I do that sometimes too. But yeah, welcome to the stream, man, and welcome to this group. Welcome to the Hustlers, man.
You may be learning why I stand for the principles that I do. Number one, be the hustler, not the customer. You're going to be involved with dope. Don't be the one using it. That's loser status.
Yeah, don't get high on your own supply. That's kind of a golden rule, kind of understood.
But more important than that, I speak against intoxicants, and we observe the kind of persons who use intoxicants, broken persons trying to self-medicate, trying to make themselves feel better. Temporary solutions that don't work, false bandages. They're not really willing to do the real work. I steer you away from intoxicants because they will hurt you. And I know, I've seen it. I grew up in ghettos. I've seen this stuff play out. That's why I tell you not to engage in intoxicants. And you should wonder, why is it that people speak against Marquette Devon Burton, the guy who says exercise is prayer, 30 minutes of sweat every day, the guy who says be yourself, the guy who says don't engage in intoxicants, the guy who says be honest and honorable, the guy who...
You can't say to be honest and be honorable when you have scammed people. You scam people out of $2,000 for this Satan Center coin, and then you turn around and you make excuses and stuff. Everything that he has said, like even, okay, so that video that we watched earlier, the one that was by HRK Studios, he said on his little 3-hour live stream that video was funded by Israel. He didn't have any proof at all. He just said that, and I'm sure his followers just completely just hang on every word he says. So it's like, this guy's he's really quick at making excuses, and blaming stuff and kind of playing the victim a little bit. But, you got to be able to like see through all that stuff, man, and just take some accountability, man. That's kind of what it is about being a man. Jamar Toombs came back. He says, "You're very welcome. I'm glad to be here. I've been posting content lately, trying to get 1K subscribers. That's my biggest milestone." Hey, man, we're all in that road, man. And you know what? every person that has joined my channel and, you know, comes out and, you know, chats with me and stuff. Like, I know pretty much every subscriber that I've had, you know, like either I know them in real life or I've met through them through other forums, whether it's Instagram or Reddit. Somehow we've all, you know, had a conversation, and yeah, it's like we're slowly building this thing, man. And I'm very proud to say that I will never buy subscribers. I will never bot my streams, you know, like I want to basically slowly build this thing over time. And, you know, everybody that has come together to support every week, I appreciate it, man. It keeps me going, gives me the fire inside to keep going, man. And dude, this is the part that I enjoy, the community aspect of it. So I appreciate everybody that comes out to support. And yeah, I'm going to keep going for as long as you guys keep supporting, man. So thank you so much. But good luck to you too, man. I mean, as long as you have the love to do it, you know, just keep doing it, man. Just keep doing it, and you'll get there eventually. We'll all get there eventually, man.
Who says be on time, the guy who says go make a bag, the guy who says be happy for yourself and be happy for others. Why do they speak against that guy with that pure message, who not only has the message but lives the message every day? You can track it over 3 decades and he's never diverged from it.
Machiavelli, welcome to the stream, sir. Good to see you, man. What's up, camp? Good to see you. I think Machiavelli, I saw your comment, I believe, on, I think you were watching CD, I think his name, he does like a lot of Saint the Sinner videos, whatever. And I think I read one of your comments, and I think you said that you've been waiting for like a Saint and Sinner video, and I had already planned this, so it was just kind of perfect that I read your comment on that video, and I had already had this plan. So I was like, I hope Machiavelli comes to the stream and he sees what I'm doing. This is, like I said, this is a long time coming. I told everybody I was going to eventually cover Saint and the Sinner, and today is that day, man. So welcome to the stream.
Real deal. Why do they hate that guy? Because they are demons on earth. It makes no sense to hate that guy. It would be one thing if I told you not to drink, but I was drinking.
Okay, so he's saying all of this stuff that's very general, like that's very like a truism, like, of course, you know, like, don't do drugs, don't do intoxicants, all this stuff that is like, you know, it's like, it's all good, feel good stuff. Okay. Now, there is a debate that he had with a guy that just called in that wanted to talk about Israel and stuff like that. And they wanted to, I guess, focus on that. And he completely went crazy on this person, and they never got around to it. He basically, I want to show it. I think I'll show it on stream if the video is still available, because whenever something bad comes out that he puts on his channel and it gets a negative backlash, he'll like private it or get rid of it. So, hopefully that video is still up. It's one of his debates, and I wanted to show it after this one, because it really, what he's saying right now is completely different from how he actually behaves in debates and stuff. It gets pretty ignorant really quick, and it's, for me, it's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's just like, dude, it's like you're not a real person. You can't have a real conversation, and you zero in on like stuff that doesn't matter, and you never get. You're very avoidant. You're like Myron in that sense, you know. Like if someone asks you a direct question, you kind of like rephrase stuff and you kind of dance around it, and you do this thing where you never get to the point of your question, or you never answer the question, and you just kind of like spin it back on the person to kind of reiterate the whole thing again. It's crazy. Machiavelli came back. He says Mark Queer got his ass handed to him by 2 OnlyFans girls. Really? I did not see that. I know he did have a if you're talking about the girl, the 304 lawyer, I did see that one, if that's what you're talking about. But if you're talking about 2 other OnlyFans girls more recently, I didn't see that. So if you're talking about the 304 lawyer, I did see that one.
Be another thing if I told you to exercise, but I didn't just finish exercising rigorously. Huh? Come on now. Come on now. We're going to get into it today. I've lived and had the burden of a king's appetite. I've devoured women by the dozens. Gorgeous ones.
That's an AI photo. He couldn't even show a real photo. Oh man.
I've seen the Golden Bridge in Vietnam, the Great Wall of China. I've had suits tailored around the world from Beijing to Dubai to Monaco.
Machiavelli came back. He says, yes, the 304 lawyer. Okay, so I've seen some stuff. I haven't seen it all, but I've seen some stuff. And yeah, I do remember that one. I can't remember the exact details, but I do remember that she kind of called him out for some stuff. And yeah, I mean, it looked bad because it was on his home court and he couldn't just kick her off like Myron Gaines. You know, he had to actually just kind of sit there and kind of, you know, judo a little bit, dodge, you know, and yeah, it wasn't a good look for him.
To Pasatano, everything that rhymes. I've seen all of the beauty of the world, beaches in Zanzibar, been in the mountains of Costa Rica, laid with the most gorgeous women in Colombia. Huh?
That you paid for?
Huh? And they weren't working girls, unlike some of you rascals.
There's no verification for that. We don't know.
I wish I could. That's me being painfully transparent with y'all niggas. I wish I could. If I could, I'd be ultra instinct, man.
People who take individuals.
I love the hard cuts between what Marquette says and what Myron says, because it's like it's two polar opposites. It's like he say like Marquette's saying that, you know, he's been all over the world, he slept with all these women, whatever, and Myron's like, I wish I could. It's just like, it's so funny to see both of them, man.
Like this serious. It's just like, that's why I don't want to see these guys with a platform. You're a loser. You're a loser. Those are called the facts, okay? Upon my word, I will send the chariot for you. We can come and have a duel. Here's the irony of life. It's the cowards that suffer. Yes, the ones that scared and don't want the smoke. That's the ones that always get the smoke. Yeah, the ones that don't want the smoke, they gonna get the smoke. Yeah, but the ones that's like, smoke, I'd love some smoke. Don't nobody, all of a sudden, don't nobody want a barbecue. I'm just here to teach, man.
I wonder if he's referring to Fresh and Fit, because they are kind of avoiding this whole beef that Marquette is putting forward. And yeah, they're just completely sweeping him underneath the rug. They're not even addressing it. Machiavelli came back. He says, when she called him out, he tried to avoid her. She became his mommy at that moment, and he couldn't even look at her. That's not, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. He had, he really couldn't really weasel his way out of it because, you know, the stream had just kind of started, you know, and maybe it was like, I don't know, a couple minutes into it, but she came with some receipts and he was not prepared. So it was good to see, you know, Marquette squirm a little bit. It was funny.
I tell you the truth of how to live a happy, peaceful, prosperous life. When I tell you guys, do not engage in intoxicants, drugs, alcohol, that is because it will destroy you. It will not only destroy you directly by adversely affecting your health, it will put you in horrible situations that you do not want to be in. I promise you, man, we're in a wicked society with a wicked government. You're going to need to be clean out here. Keep your nose clean, man.
So for all you chalupa niggas, man, you fucking dirty Jeets, you dirty Filipino niggas, right?
That's a shot at Sneeko because he's half Filipino.
You low sexual market value guys, you dirty white niggas, man, that look like school shooters and shit like that. You niggas, hey, pay for the pussy, whatever. It is what it is. I can't do it though, okay? I can't do it.
What you saw?
So he just endorsed paying for it, man. It's just like, hey, if you're ugly, you got to do what you got to do.
You as a traumatized man, can you support a woman? Can you guide a child? Can you rule a nation? You can't do any of the above. People who go around talking about their trauma, 9 out of 9, they're selfish. Why? Pity me. Woe is me.
Machiavelli came back. He says if she wasn't in front of him, he would have muted her, or he is a coward. Yeah, absolutely. Whenever he has a debate, he has that control to mute your mic and just let you go off and stuff without you knowing that you're muted. And then he basically will just say whatever he needs to say, and then he'll insult you back and forth. It's crazy, man. Like he will just go in on you with ad hominem attacks and stuff when you're just trying to stay on point. You're just trying to like address the situation, and he's always the first to hurl insults. And it's just like, you don't have any real debate skills, man. You can only result to that because that's all you can do. And then you just mute somebody so they can't, you know, if they have a point, you know, it's just, It's really sad, dude, because he doesn't know how to debate.
Help me. Feel sorry for me. Give to me. But what do you give out? Listen, I like to, big myself up just as much as the next guy. I tend to think I sound better when I'm talking fly, you dig? But what I'm about at this stage in life is not making millions of dollars. I'm about making millionaires. I want to help the rich get richer, you dig? Yeah, people who are rich in spirit, who are rich in ambition, come to me. I want to make you richer.
Yeah, sure. Please surround me with your money so I can, siphon a little bit, whatever I can off of you. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a perfect plan. I'm sure there's plenty of people who are going to fall for that.
And there's a lot of you like that. You're going to do so much in the world. And if I can help you magnify what you're going to do or be more confident in your approach.
Machiavelli came back. He says he can't debate, but he can throw insults like the mama that raised him. Damn, shit. And it's true. Like, he acts very sassy. I will find that video after this. It's going to be the one where he debated somebody. I can't remember. I know one guy he debated was like, he was in a warehouse and he was like, this is my warehouse. I actually own this warehouse. I actually have like a nice car outside, whatever. But he was just, Marco was like, he's like, just show us. And there was another one where he debated a lawyer. And one of the very first things he said to him, whatever, is he a homosexual? I was like, why are you even going there with that? It was like, where did that come from? It was really wild, but we're gonna go into it. We got plenty of time.
I feel like I've really brought some gifts to the world, you see. And of course, as have your parents. But if I can help unwrap it, man, that's an honor. That is an honor. If I can be a footnote in your life story when you write it, I'm happy.
And when I brag, when I really do my real bragging, I'm bragging on what I've contributed to other people, because that's the greatest measure. I'm bragging on the goodness that I've put out in the world. That's the greatest measure. I don't want to hear somebody talking about, oh man, I was viral. I went, 3 million views and I got 72 subscribers. I don't care, Brody. I don't care. That's the kind of man I am. I'm talking to you the way I would talk to you if you were sitting in front of me. I'm not talking to you with extra confidence because you can't touch me. I'm not talking to you with extra rudeness. I don't have extra bravado.
Dude, he has extra bravado and extra rudeness when he's debating, though. It's like, you gotta, we're gonna get to it. I don't want to say any more about it, but it's just like, everything he's saying right now is completely wrong, dude. Like, you're about to see the real person he actually is when he debates people, and how dismissive he is, and how he talks over people, and how he mutes people and never lets the person like really get a word out edgewise, dude. It's just like, what's the point? And you want haters to come on your show to like debate you, but they have to pay you money, or they have to give you like their email. Like, nobody's dumb enough to do that,
Oh, I'm talking to you like I would talk to you if you were sitting in front of me. I have one way of being.
That's a scammer, dude. His one way of being is scamming people, dude.
One way to be. These motherfuckers out here two-faced, man. Lord knows this ball wouldn't be talking crazy. Marquette Devon Burton lives and dies by his principles. There's not many like me. That's why you don't understand me, because we are not the same. So I'm a real believer in
real member
values, principles, morals. A male who plays with his backside, that is a disgusting individual. And that is a signal that he is globally immoral, meaning everything about him is immoral, selfish and narcissistic. He'll do anything for short-term thrill and gain. This is the kind of person you follow. If that's your leader, if that's your king, fantastic. When the revolution pops off, God willing, I have 2 spikes in front of my castle with each of your heads on them, okay? There's no middle ground here. People who engage in like disgusting things like that, nah, I don't sign off on it. Men who talk behind other men's backs, nah, I don't sign off on it. You see me, I'm a straightforward person. If I got an issue with somebody, I'm gonna bring it straight to their face and we gonna deal with it. We're not gonna talk behind backs. I don't condone it. I don't promote it. And I'm gonna make sure that the young boys watching me, they see a great example of a man.
As we journey to our wealth, we often consider business, entrepreneurship. Certainly, product-based business is far superior to service businesses. I hear from a lot of you, whether it's on one-on-one consultations, which if you would like,
you can look at thesassin.com. That's THESASN.com. I'm in product-based businesses, which is why I'm able to travel around the world at my whim. I don't have to actually show up anywhere. So that's number one. But what I encourage people when they're first starting off in business in a given pursuit is pick the easy route. Don't pick the hard route. So it's much wiser to spend your time, evaluating at the beginning, evaluating which business to go into, as opposed to evaluating how to make a tough business an easy business. I hope that makes sense to you. Someone who's a real man and is moving in that trajectory is going to say, thank you for the feedback. Point taken. I understand your point. I get it. Learn from what I have to tell you, and also follow in my footsteps in as much as I don't complain. I stay positive, but that doesn't mean that one isn't going through things that can make another man crumble. So follow that.
Now, evidently, Marquette has been demonetized, debanked, denied from like 3 different visas, whatever. And now he's in a real bad way. So now he's completely dependent on his supporters to send him money, even his haters to send him money, because now it's looking real bad. Like his whole empire that he speaks about is completely falling apart, and it's getting desperate now, So yes, that's why he has multiple channels and multiple fan channels and stuff like that, because he complained. He's like, even the Cash App supporter site that he had, I guess, was there's like a support, like a fan account for him that got banned on Cash App as well. And it's like, and he's like, yeah, it's these people that they're doing a coordinated attack against me, whatever, and they're trying to destroy me and stuff. I'm like, well, it's like, what did you say and what did you do, man? Did you burn some bridges with people you shouldn't have burned bridges with?
That's the way a man should live.
But everyone wants an excuse. When people are like, when black folks always blame racism, it's not because they're black. It's because it's the easiest excuse. I've observed this my entire life. Black people have a strong inferiority complex. I mean that for the world of black people. It's strong. I never experienced this because I was raised to love, know, and understand what it is to be black. Not only on a historical level, but literally, what does it mean to be black? What is a melanocyte? Why does it produce melanin pigment? Where is melanin pigment found? What does it mean? What are the advantages? So I've always loved being black. I was raised by black people, black men and women. My grandmother was very dark, black, and loved being black. In short, without giving a historically grounded answer, in short, their biggest issue is knowledge of self. Most of these black males in our society today are white supremacists, which is to say they don't believe that black is capable, black is any good. They do believe in their own inferiority. Certainly they, have an inherent, not inherent, but an inbred, a learned sense that whites are intellectually superior, more capable, more timely, things like that, more civil. And, in some ways the evidence appears to show this. And so in their lack of self-knowledge, when you do not know the self, when you don't know who you are as an individual, but more importantly, on a biological, scientific level, what does it really mean to be black? And then on a historical level, what are the accomplishments of your people? Have the black peoples of the earth ever been great? When you're not familiar with that, then you feel as though you're a part of a people who have only had enslavement as a history, and who are doomed to only be successful at certain things that you've observed us be successful at on a consistent basis, that being athletics and entertainment. And so they have a lack of examples and a lack of character education, and poor parenting, come from bad families. And that's why we see this kind of behavior. And that is why we must spread the ism. The ism saves lives. On Martin Luther King's birthday, I say his speech and his message and his ideology.
After all that, he's like, just join my cult. Join my cult and I'll lead you to salvation. It's like, if you can't find a way out, you think the only way out is entertainment and athletics, join my cult, give me money, and I'll help you, with product-based business. That's going to be his thing.
Garbage. That's a critique. I have a dream. Nonsense. That's a critique. And then I say, I have a plan. Let me tell you what it is. I give you the oratory with practical steps, and I got a whole organization behind me. Huh? Yes, I actually put my hands in the...
Okay, I found the video. The one we're going to talk about, how, you know, how he's talking right now, how he's, you know, he's saying a lot of like truisms, a lot of good stuff. Maybe even it's motivational, you know, to people that don't know who he is. I have I guess you can call it a debate that he had with this one guy where he, you know, it's only like 40 minutes long, but he did not let the guy get in the word edgewise. All he wanted to do was talk about the topic that he was talking about, and Marquette did not let him do it for like 40 minutes. And this is what we're gonna watch it right after this.
Soil and create. Check my whole background. You'll see it my entire life since I was a young boy. It's different. Everyone can complain. Everyone can complain. Who will build? Huh?
I encourage that the Saints all consider themselves leaders and businessmen above all.
So I never had this inferiority complex, and that's why I always perform, because I was always told this is the best thing you can be. So with that pride, I always perform, outperform. Most black people actually hate themselves. Shout out to Beyonce with the blonde wig. You heard me? Shout out to Meg Thee Stallion, who keeps getting lighter every day. She thinks she Lil Kim or Sammy Sosa. But I say that to say this. People who don't love themselves, people who have inferiority complexes, they believe that they are low persons, though they might not admit it out of their mouth. As a result of this mental reality, they tend to underperform to make sure that their self-view of being a low person always manifests in their material existence. So they.
And what is the inverse of that? The person that has delusions of grandeur is going to think very highly of themselves. They're going to think of themselves as a leader among men, a person who can direct others to basically enhance himself and his motivations. It's just like the inverse is not any better, you know. It's just more manipulative, you know, than the other.
Screw up on purpose. There are many people who are screw ups. They're not going to succeed, not because of racism, not because of the systemic racism and the oppression. They're not going to succeed because they're self-hating knuckleheads. That's why. Yeah, and they got every excuse, right? So I wanted to point that out because I observe this behavior in black folks a lot, man. It's not the lack of IQ. It's the fact that you hate yourself, and because you hate yourself, you're going to screw yourself over. Nobody else is screwing you over. You're screwing yourself over. Why? He doesn't want himself to succeed. Y'all don't hear me, though. Are y'all understanding this? Are y'all understanding this? So the black peoples were the first on earth. So we have the genetic code for everyone, which is to say whites and Asians or Mongoloids, Caucasoids. And what you might be describing, such as the cheekbones or the epicantic eye fold, is originally a feature that comes from one of the black peoples, of which the Bushmen would be such peoples. And you're describing a fairly, you know, small portion of Africans, whereas if you look at the majority of Africans, they don't have these features. But I agree with you, it is present in our genetics, and just as even, you know, the features you might describe as European are present in our genetics at smaller levels. Obviously, at some level, the existence of the European is a variant of albinism, which is extreme melanin deficiency in, you know, hair, skin, eyes, etc. And so over time, when you have certain traits that make sense in a given environment, you know, it creates a race. And so that's essentially what we see in the existence of the other races. You know, over time, these traits have stabilized because they were advantageous in a given environment. Even white people are blaming race.
I mean, the only thing, like the distance from the equator, the lighter you are. You know, if you're further away, the lighter you are, the closer you are, the darker you are. It's just as simple as that. You know, there's, I mean, I don't know. This whole that whole tangent that he just went on it's like, what is it really saying? What does it mean? You know, it's just like, yeah, we're all different because we're all from different parts of the world and stuff, but it doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't hold any like true value.
Now, you hear me? I can't tell you how many white guys blame stuff on racism and discrimination. I mean, sometimes it's true for both groups.
Well, this is an announcement to all of the white women, okay? It's like, I feel like the most unlikely person, but hey, I gotta speak on it because ain't nobody else getting it done. In fact, I'm gonna address both the whites, the males and the females. Females, if you're gonna bleach blonde, which I don't think you should, be yourself, you got to keep it fresh. You got to go back every 9 days. Keep them roots fresh, okay? White girls, keep the roots fresh. I don't want your roots looking all black like Kunta Kinte, and then you got the Aryan locks after. Like, come on, don't do that. Then with the white guys, here's my issue with you guys, all right? When black guys start balding, you know, we just cut all of our hair off and call it a day. White guys will leave the George Burns joint around the side. I don't appreciate it, okay? Have some decency, have some self-respect, have some...
I mean, this is why people are different, man. People want to wear the hair they want to wear, man. It's like, I don't understand, like, just because you want to go bald, if you're losing your hairline's receding all the way to the back of your head, and you just want to let it all go. Some guys don't want to let it all go. Some guys want to hold on to it a little bit longer. That should be fine. I don't see the problem in that. Machiavelli came back. He says he flip-flops about what he grifts on his own race now. Yeah, dude, it's true. You know, but the thing is, he also speaks against black people too. You know, like he had this whole tirade, whatever, about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and everything, and a lot of civil rights leaders and stuff. And then he identifies more with, you know, money and status rather than race itself. You know, he has so much criticism for black people. I mean, I'm just seeing countless videos. And it's actually the video that's coming up, we're gonna see a good example of that. But no, he definitely talks down to black people too. You know, even though, you know, he made a whole TV show of like reverse racism with, like, you know, white people as slaves, and he's cracking the whip. You know, it's just, I don't know. It's like, if you could just step out of that box, man, and just kind of leave all that stuff behind. Like, I get it. It's one of those things that, like, you can always go back to, whatever, to kind of like get people to pay attention to you. But it's like, I don't know. I think sometimes you might want to kind of evolve from that.
Dignity, man. Cut that off. We don't need you just holding on to this reverse fade right here. It's not cool, man. I see you guys be doing that, man. Anyways, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's get on to the video.
I know every now and then I say some stuff that's a bit off color, maybe even racist, might even sound racist, but you know, we'd all be better off if we leave that stuff alone. Honestly, we would.
And sometimes you guys might be.
He just contradicted himself. He's like, leave all the racism alone or whatever. But here he is, like, being a little bit racist, man. He's like, yeah, I say some stuff.
You're thinking, Marquette, it sounds like you're speaking for all of the races. That's correct. I am all of the races, all rolled into one. So yes, I am all of the races, and so I will speak for them. They're not meeting my standards. When people are thinking about becoming a millionaire, it almost saddens me, in as much as what you really need to be thinking about is how to get a product that is going to make you a bunch of money. How do you scale a product? When people are thinking about being a millionaire, they're thinking about the fruits of the labor, but they really need to be thinking about the labor. You need to be thinking about the labor, not the fruits of the labor. If you can focus on that labor and sustain and endure through boredom and tedium and challenge, then you're going to be successful. And truth be told, if people made $200,000 per annum, $300,000, $400,000 per annum, their lifestyle would be tremendous and they'd be very happy. And it'd be very easy to scale up to $1 million. But I think that's really, the real life. And I try not to make those sensational titles, how to become a millionaire in 5 days type stuff. But I get you, though. I get you, bro. And maybe I'll use that title. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to screenshot that. Maybe I need to do that.
Very few people are going to be there with you to build.
He's like, I don't want to do that, but maybe I should, because, you know, it would get a lot of clicks. You know, people are literally trying to find shortcuts all the time on the internet. And if he can get that little bit of audience, whatever, that little bit of attention and stuff, yeah, he can drive people towards his website, which is basically, you know, create products for him under his website. He takes a cut and whatever, and everybody's efforts, you know, yeah, they get a little bit of money, but he gets money mainly for hosting the product and stuff. And it's like, we're all basically working together to get him rich and, you know, take a little piece of the pie and stuff. But it's like, I don't know, man. The thing is, just work for yourself, you know, don't try to make this guy rich. He's a scammer, man.
The foundation. Very few people want to invest in you when you don't have anything to show. Very few people are going to believe in your idea. Very few people are going to support you. Everyone's going to wait until you win, and then they're going to be like, well, you're smart. I always knew you were going to win. You're ambitious. You're a hustler. I always knew you were going to be successful. And you're like,
Nah, bro, you didn't know that. You didn't feel that way. Nah, you did not feel that way until I made a bunch of money, and now you're like all on my meat.
Dakota, welcome to the stream, sir. He said, hey, the stream is kind of choppy, or is it just me? You guys let me know, man. It might be. Let's see. It looks like we are. It might be because we are running on Twitch and Kick at the same time. Looks like that. But yeah, hopefully it will come back normally on the replay. So I do apologize for that. Let's see. Yeah, hopefully it's working okay. You guys let me know if it's choppy or not for you guys.
Like you always knew. Nah, you didn't always know. There's just a couple people who really gonna rock with you based off of your character from the beginning. And here's the thing: if nobody rocks with you, that's fine. You know, that's fine.
They're all watching right now, by the way. They're all watching. Hey, welcome. Send a super chat, guys. Don't just watch. I know Sneeko, Nerd Fuentes, Myron Fresh. I know. Send a super chat, guys. Don't watch in silence. Say hello to the bad guy. Ladies and saints, my dinner is ready. So I will wrap this up for now, but we do have some great information that I'll have to bring to you on our next episode of Fresh and Fit. Who are they really? Let us end this with our tradition, the creed of the assassin. Repeat after me with full conviction, knowing this.
Okay, we know this whole bit. Dakota came back and says, I just went to somebody else's live and it's playing fine. Okay, cool. And Machiavelli came back and says it works good. Okay, perfect. And you know what? I did drop a little bit of frames, but it looks like we're back. So it keeps fluctuating between 71 and 76%. So hopefully on the replay, everything will be smooth. But yeah, you guys know he's about to say, you know, be yourself, be all that stuff, whatever. We don't have to hear it. I want to go to that video. Let's go to that video that I have saved. It's going to be under my watch later. Let's go and refresh this. It might be better if I just,
and of course, as have your parents.
Let me close down all these extra tabs and see. Yeah, let me close that one down. Close this one down. Okay. Let me just go here real quick, because I saved it under my watch later. It should be here. This is it. So it's called Fan Sneak Disses Marquette, and it goes left. So this is about 40 minutes. I saw this like 3 days ago, and this is like a good example of who Marquette really is when he debates. And like, this is not going to be edited at all. This is just going to be him completely just showing his true self. So here we go. And I believe hold on.
Had any time?
I commented on this video. It should still be here. I just want to make sure it's still here. Yes. So right here, I don't know if you guys can read that. Let me scale this up a little bit. Oh, hold on. Just for a moment. So at 37:30, I wrote Master Communicator Course, Laughy Face, and but I think that's towards the end. Actually, we can probably watch that real quick just to see. Let me scale this back down so we can see the whole thing.
The military, and they kick you out, Papa. They kick you out. So now you want to feel smart, Papa. And so you try to debate, but you don't need to debate. You need to go get the money first.
You're not a debater. You don't want to debate.
Go get the money, Papa.
You're trying to tell me what to do.
Right now, Papa. Right now, I tell you something.
You're trying to tell me what to do instead of debate.
Stupid. YouTube.
All right, that's just a little sneak peek of what I was talking about here. Like, this guy sells a Master Communicator course on his website, and it will basically teach us how to, you know, convey with conviction and all this other stuff, whatever, and sound smart, whatever. And yeah, this is gonna show, this whole video right here is gonna showcase exactly how he debates, his little debate style. So let's check it out.
We are back with a discussion, potential debate. It was sparked by a reel that was on Instagram. The individual here I've not had any time to speak with or get to know, so you guys are going to get this conversation fresh.
And shout out to this guy, Mike Liss, on the right side, the guy wearing the red. He basically he shows like a lot of patience. You know, like he really is the stoic individual. He showed a lot of maturity here. And it's like, I don't know why he stayed on for the abuse that he took by Satan the Sinner. But shout out to him for staying on for as long as he did. That's all I'll say about that.
I'll yield the floor for you to make an introduction of yourself, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, got it. First off, my name is Michaelis Brown. Went Marine Corps right out of high school, got out. And I guess the main thing that I wanted to address today, primarily with your argument, was just that I'm usually a fan of your takes, especially when it comes to foreign policy. I just found it curious. I know somebody commented towards me on the chat talking about you were being sarcastic, but I didn't get a sarcastic vibe from you. If you were being sarcastic, then we'll have a different type of conversation. And just for a little bit more background, I did LD and PF debate in high school. So that's it.
Curious. So I just want to make sure that we understand your background. So you said you graduated high school, you went into the Marine Corps. Are you currently in the Marine Corps?
No, no longer. Due to pre-existing medical condition, actually.
You got off on disability?
Yes.
And what are you up to now?
And right now I just do security.
Like security for dignitaries, or what are we talking?
Machiavelli came back because he knows that Marquise wants him to rage quit. No, it's true. And he doesn't do it. So good on this guy for standing strong, you know?
Just typical on-site security for job sites such as construction sites, that nature. You know, securing the premises from people who might be stealing material from job sites, things of that nature.
Okay. All right. So here is the video, and I'm going to play the video first. Then we'll locate the gentleman's comment.
So he said, Marquette said, invading Canada could be the most justifiable military action that Donald Trump could take. And he says, anybody who wants to debate, DM.
For sure.
Canada and other countries. And then focus our efforts to work together where we're aligned. And it's with this approach that Canada is forging a new strategic partnership with China. It's our second largest trading.
Okay, you heard it there, ladies and saints. It is time to invade Canada. Yes, indeed, the Canadians, they're getting out of control. Now, I say this as a non-interventionist, but the truth of the matter is, this is kind of like the reason that Russia invaded Ukraine. You can't have your enemies on your doorstep. You know, China, they're enemies in various ways, namely economically. And now that China has dropped tariffs on China, now that Canada has dropped tariffs on China, and they're going to import China's excellent electric vehicles, that means that they're going to displace American vehicles in that market. And so you're allowing in the boogeyman. And there's just no doubt that this would bleed over to Americans wanting to try out these great Chinese electric vehicles. I mean, honestly, I want one, me personally. But yeah, what I would do if I was the Trumpster, you know, I would probably go ahead and include them in the United States. I do it now when they're not ready, not that they could even get ready, even if they had a heads up. And then I would not give them voting rights. And I'd basically just take it over and have them be a vassal state like a colony, because they for sure have betrayed the United States. Now, do I blame them as a logical person? Hell nah. Donald Trump is completely unpredictable, but this is a huge slap in the face. Like, I don't even think the Mexicans would have did. Like, I don't think Mexico would have done this. And this is a white country to another white country. You can't trust your white brothers anymore, but we have to take action. You know what? Last I heard is that the Canadian Prime Minister, they're killing their own people and they don't have democracy or freedom. We need to get over there immediately and help the Canadians.
That means we...
Okay. That was a video. I'll highlight a couple parts of that shortly. Firstly, I want to make sure that we have some understanding. So is this your screen name, SCO Rights? Is that you?
Yes, sir.
He wrote, "Are you smoking crack?" God damn. What a quick, I mean, basically that was his only reply. He didn't follow up with it. So that's funny. That's all he said to get on a debate with him.
Okay, that's you.
Are you smoking crack?
He got 14 likes out of that one. That's not bad.
I think that was a valid question.
Okay. Your job in the Marines?
Field radio operator.
Field what?
Field radio operator.
Field radio operator. Did you ever see
Yes,
action?
sir. No. Didn't get to
Never
see
saw
action yet.
How long were you in the Marines?
For about 1.5 years.
A year and a half. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you follow me, you watch my videos, and you listen to that video, and your response is, I smoke crack.
Correct.
You see, my disappointment with you is not you as an individual, it's you as an archetype, which is of a low IQ.
Here we go. He's already starting with the insults already. Okay. This is, I don't even know how long this has been. This is only like 5 minutes. Okay. 5 minutes since this whole thing has started and he's already launching into insults.
Unaccomplished, undisciplined, unproductive young black male.
I'm gonna let you continue. I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm gonna let you continue.
Don't interrupt. Then be silent. Then be silent. If you're not going to interrupt, be silent.
Let me know.
If you're not going to interrupt, be silent then. Now, as I was saying, and now I have to start over the audience to track this. Emotional, you see. And the reason you get emotional is because hit dogs holler. So as I said, I'm not speaking to you as an individual because you actually don't exist. You're nobody. I'm speaking against you as an archetype, which is as an archetype of a unproductive, unreliable, uneducated, unintelligent, ignorant young black male. It saddens me to see so many of you. You say that you listen to the work, you're a fan, and do you find it so easy to disrespect me? When in actual fact,
he finds it so easy. You find it so easy to disrespect him. You know, it's like you've only heard a couple sentences of what he did and where he's at today, and you've now summed him up completely. Like, at least in your own head of what really is, but it's not really what it is.
In terms of respect, I stand upon a mountain and you live in a gutter. You graduated high school in a don't talk. I will yield the floor. You graduated high school in a country with a second-rate educational system, which means it's easy to do. You couldn't hack it in the... Be silent, young man. He's so emotional. He can't let me speak without interrupting. So emotional. You have a high school diploma from a country with a public education system that is second rate and in repair. It's easy to get a high school diploma. It's a basic expectation, which means it doesn't count. Then you went to the military, which is the easiest option. And then you didn't have it. A year and a half in the military is unremarkable and pathetic. And now you're doing basic security. You are not the caliber of man who should disrespect me on any level. You are in no position to speak my name. You're in no position to debate me. You don't have the pedigree. You don't have the education. You don't have the experience. You're not even a man. You complete things. Got into the military and couldn't hack it. The military gives a full battery of health examinations before you go in. There was something else that caused you to not be able to hack it. And the feeling that you're probably on disability and you're getting paid by the military, because that's what you incompetent young black men do. You scam. You're a deluded.
Does it take one to know one? Like, how is he coming to all these conclusions if he doesn't already know this within himself? You know, it's like, who else to know what a scammer is than another scammer? You know, you can see the pattern here.
It's scammer. Imagine a military dropout on disability. You're getting disability checks from the military. And you think that you could geopolitics? You need to debate your next meal. You need to debate how you're going to make rent. You need to debate how you're going to mature as a man. You don't have basics in order. Talking about geopolitics for the leisure class. You're not in the leisure class. You're in the lumpen class.
I don't know too much about you personally. I've seen a lot of controversy about you on the internet that I'm not going to go into because I don't know who to believe, and I know people are haters. So I'm not even going to go into all that. But all I can really say is that, first of all, my whole problem with what you posted was that I felt it was a massive contradiction because I watched your video maybe like, I don't know if you made it a week ago or so, but I watched it about a week ago. And it was talking about Nick Fuentes and how he's a grifter and how he constantly shifts his opinion on topics.
Do you mind responding to what I said? Do you mind responding to what I said?
Part?
And then you can go on to this part. You were just interrupting, so clearly I spoke at length. So respond to what I said, and then feel free to go on to something new. So if you don't mind, like maybe respond to what I said, then I'll address your response, and then you can make your argument.
Right. Okay.
You can't hack it in the military.
You
That's really bad. You didn't have a purpose because you came out of the military after failing, and now you work as a security guard.
Respectfully, I don't care about your opinion about military people.
Yes, you do. You care about my opinion about you. I'm here to let you know you need to worry about waking up on time for work. You need to worry about protecting the construction site that you're at. You need to worry about making ends meet. You do not come on here and disrespect
just like millions of other Americans, Marquette.
No. Don't try to take it away from you.
I don't know why you're acting like.
Don't try to take it away from
working class
because you're so ashamed. Don't try to talk about other people. Let's talk about you.
I'm not ashamed.
We don't have to extrapolate to other people.
I'm not ashamed.
Let's talk about you. You know you're really down bad when the last thing you can reference as an accomplishment is debate team in high school. So you were never brought on to be honored. You were not brought on to be treated with respect. I brought you here to make an example of you and to let everyone know that anyone who starts with disrespect will be degraded. You will never, ever strike at your superior.
But before this started, you told me to be respectful, and I've been respectful.
No, sir, did not. You're a liar. I told you not to curse or use any slurs. I never said be respectful because you don't have self-respect, so you're incapable of such. So you're a liar with a bad short-term memory, and that makes perfect sense because memory is a component.
Just more and more insults, dude. He's like, he can't just have a conversation, you know, like he has to degrade at every point. It's crazy, dude.
Of IQ, which you lack. Now, here's the important thing to understand. When you're in my comments and you write, you smoke crack, you don't insult people like me. I'm the best of you. If black men were like you, we'd get no respect. If all of us were like you. Did the crack comment
really bother you that much?
My name is Marquette, you dim-witted fool. Learn how to pronounce it. You're a laborer. You do not get paid for thoughts.
Like millions of
Why
other
would
Americans.
I debate you? You're not good at thinking. You've proven it through your life. You failed out of the military, and now you're a security guard.
26-year-old life. Wow.
Now you're a security guard. You act like 26 is young, doofus. By age 26, I had 2 degrees and I was running a corporation, an international corporation. You're a slowpoke. So here's the problem. You're a jealous-hearted person.
What does
I want
that
to
have to do?
expose your
I'm not
mentality.
jealous of you. I've
yes, you
actually
are
been
jealous.
a fan of yours.
You're one of those people who are friends with someone, but you secretly hate them.
So you just wanted to have me rage quit.
Daily life.
I'm not going to rage quit. I'm just going to
never
laugh
listens
at
to you.
Yeah, see, he's already realized the game that's being played here. He's trying to get him to rage quit so that he can lose. And he's like, look, I'm not going to give in so easily, man. I'm going to stay here and say what I got to say. And Marquette's going to continue to talk over him and degrade him until he leaves.
No one ever asks you anything. Best case scenario, someone asks you for directions.
Look at these blanket statements.
No one ever values what you have to say.
No one listens to you.
No one ever listens to you.
I'm
you
the
don't
great
matter.
Marquette Devon Burton.
I am the
Burton
greatest.
Plantation.
But you are no one.
Come on, man.
Look at you. You know where you know my
nothing.
home and everything. You're a fan.
You're talking
but you,
about
nobody
nothing,
knows.
man.
Nobody cares about. Stop clout chasing. What you need to focus on are the meat and potatoes in your life, like not being broke. You're in a studio apartment right now. You're in a studio apartment right now. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Are you in a studio apartment?
No, you're not wrong.
I'm right. You are in a studio apartment, huh?
Yep.
At age 26. Now, that's my point. You should not be wasting your time debating. When I was your age, I was investing into myself.
I have no kids.
And if I was, no, listen, you're a fool. That's not an accomplishment. You're a fool. Now, here's the difference. When I was your age, rather than trying to debate someone like Marquette Devon Burton, I would have been trying to get advice. I would have been trying to learn something. You're still here, and you know I'm not going to let you debate. You're still here. I'm not going to let you debate.
You did manage to actually debate.
Why did he bring him on to debate? Didn't he originally say, "Hey, if you want to debate, DM me, whatever"? So he came on. He wanted to debate. He probably paid money to debate, and now he's not. He's being barred from it. He's not going to be able to debate.
You're here because you want clout.
I like how you dismantled the Black Israelite.
The reason he wants attention is because in his daily life,
this is the first mute.
If he gets none, it's really sad to see the psychology of these people. You think Marquette Devon Burton would ever go onto someone's live stream just to be insulted and degraded and not even get to talk? Of course not. Because I have dignity. I used to debate in high school. What? That was the peak of your life? That's really bad. That's really bad, my boy. So pathetic. You got one of those old faces. You got one of them old faces, my nigga. I hope you still
more insults, man. It's like he can't just talk. He can't just talk about he can't just have the conversation, man. He's got to degrade. He's got to, get the other person to concede, and people that have respect for themselves or don't want to be muted every 5 seconds, it's like why did you ask for this to even happen?
All this ad hominem.
Because if you're bald like me, you go look like an old nigga. You got one of them old faces. This nigga said he 26. God damn. This nigga got 26 looking bad. He said he had a medical condition. I think nigga got that Benjamin Button. This nigga got that Benjamin Button. This boy looked like a beat up ass Bill Bellamy. But this nigga is a rough looking 26-year-old, especially when this nigga never been deployed. God damn, like how you look like that. Like
judging other men by what they look isn't like a valid argument, though. This isn't a way how you debate. It's like debate ideas, not what men look like, man. It's like this is weak.
You look like you have a background in boxing. Do you have a background in boxing? You look like the old nigga that be working the corner. All right, kid, you gotta get him this time. Kid, you're down in the scorecards. You look really beat up in the face.
You are corny, bro.
Hey, tell me this. Is your father home?
Look, can we talk about Canada? Or can we talk about Canada?
That's crazy. How do you have a wrinkled neck at age 26?
Can we talk about Canada?
Can we talk about why your neck is wrinkled at age 26?
Can we talk about Canada?
Can we talk about why
he's just trying to stay on topic here, man? But it's like he keeps holding him away from it.
You want to sit here and roast?
Can we talk? You look like that nigga from Shaft.
I didn't call you.
What's that nigga Samuel? You look like a young Samuel L. Jackson. He looks like a young Samuel L. Jackson. He liked that one. The nigga's smiling. He liked that one. Hey, bro, you look like a young Samuel L. Jackson. You look like a young Samuel L. Jackson. Tell the truth.
Hey, I'll take that.
Ever said that?
I'll take that. That's cool with me.
Very good. All right, real quick. Is your father home? Yes or no?
No.
You know, the weird thing is clout is such a powerful thing. Attention is such a powerful thing. This man is really...
He muted him again, and then he's talking about how his delusions of grandeur, that people are basically calling in to gain clout from him, when it's just like, dude, you're on a demonetized channel. You're really like nobody's trying to get clout off you, man. They just disagree with your ideas and they want to have a conversation, but now you want to just throw insults, man. Like, this isn't going anywhere.
On here for attention. That's extraordinary.
We're like 15 minutes in and they have not talked about the topic that he originally came up here for.
This ball is really on here for attention. Insanity. Insanity. This young man is fairly pathetic.
But who is truly acting immature in this set? He has the full control to mute the conversation. He can't. Basically, the guy that has points, that wants to have a discussion. This is going nowhere. This is basically like arguing with a brick wall, man.
They can include them being accommodated here during the painting. That's fine with me. We can accommodate them.
He's over here trying to talk business. This is like completely rude, man. It's like, you know, you could have taken this call at any other time, man, but you're just doing this to really drag out this whole video. I mean, this guy right here, he's waiting with like Zen-like patience, man. Like this guy is like, he's a better man than Saint right now, because he's actually willing to have a conversation. He's also willing to wait, man.
On the 2 million, you said escrow. Do you mean earnest money? Is that what you mean? I have a question for you, silly black fella.
Oh, man. Go ahead.
Since you know that I view you as my inferior, and I thereby would not debate you because you're beneath me, so I wouldn't honor you as an equal. What are you doing here, though?
It's so easy for you to defeat me, but yet you don't want to talk about Canada.
It's the clout. It's the clout. Man, people will do anything for attention. Loneliness is a terrible thing. Boy, loneliness is such a strong, strong emotion. So strong. Whew.
And this is, every time he mutes him, it's just exposing the type of person he is. Like he doesn't want to have the conversation because he just will not do it, you know?
Oh, yikes. That's okay. I'll keep using you, you little doofus. What in your upbringing makes you think that as a fan of someone in their comment section that you insult them for no? Have I ever insulted you? Have I insulted you?
You spent the last 20 minutes insulting.
You fool!
Yeah, keep going.
Fool.
Keep going.
Yeah, like, are you serious? Like, were you here for the conversation, dude? Like, you started within like 5 minutes calling him low IQ, and then it's just been open the floodgates ever since then, dude.
You fool! I'm
Keep
talking
going,
about
brother.
up to
Keep
that
going.
point. As a fan / enemy, so you're a fan. You follow me on social media. You watch diligently. So I had never met you. I never heard of you because you're nobody. You write, you smoke crack. You smoke crack. Why would you insult me, being that up to that point I've never insulted you in my whole life? Why would you insult me if you're a fan?
He thought your views, from what you said, that perspective was like, dude, you're so crazy for saying that. It's like you smoke crack, like you're not speaking from a sound mind, you know? And maybe that was just enough, you know, for him to say that to get your attention to bring him on, you know? Maybe that was the point. He wanted to have the conversation with you. I mean, you say some wild stuff, so maybe he figured that was maybe he just had to meet you at your level.
First of all, okay, the you smoke crack comment, that's a funny ass, excuse my language. That was a funny comment from me because that was my immediate reaction to what I was seeing you post. I was like, man, are you smoking crack? So I just commented it. Didn't expect for you to be so bent out of shape about it, especially when you go on a 20-minute rant about it.
Okay.
But,
Stop with the excuses. Stop with the excuses. Just be a man for a second. And I know your father didn't raise you right.
I don't regret anything.
I know your father didn't raise you right.
Do you think I regret leaving that comment?
I'm asking you, do you as a man think that you're following someone as a fan? Do you know what the word fan is short for?
Fanatic? I would assume.
No.
Because you told me you're a fan, right? Before we got on, you told me you're a fan. Correct or incorrect?
Yeah. I've agreed with a lot of your stuff.
Okay. So you said, Marquette, I am a fan of yours. Okay, great. Do you know what the word fan is short for?
Go ahead. Elaborate.
Okay, I won't. It's fine. Here's my point.
What was the point? What was the point of like flexing that knowledge that he's not going to, you know, share with him, you know? It's like, you might as well have not even brought up that point if you weren't going to tell him what fan is short for, which, you know, in my opinion, I believe it is fanatic.
So you've benefited from me at a level I've never benefited from you. I've never insulted you. And so
how has he benefited from you? He just watches your stuff. That doesn't mean he benefits from you. He might just agree with some things you say, but maybe the general stuff you say, but then he hard disagrees with other stuff, you know, and that's probably why you want to have this conversation. But now he has a whole mess of stuff that he doesn't agree with you with now. He's been able to experience you firsthand in conversation, and now he probably has a completely different view about you now.
You have a black man, because you're all about being black, apparently. You keep mentioning race. You have a black man who's accomplished, who's successful.
I mentioned race like twice.
Don't interrupt, young man. Shut up.
Okay.
You have a black man who's successful, educated, and experienced, and has helped many people, not in a fuzzy way, but in a way that you can quantify into over
Hey, I've already watched your
$800,000.
videos. You don't have to go through
Silence,
your background.
silence. This is what
You keep
happens
going
when you
through
deal with
your
people
background.
when you deal
I've
with
already
men who have
heard
no
that.
accomplishments. They hate to hear what you've done.
I've already heard
When you have
that,
men who
man.
have
You
no
repeat it- you
accomplishments,
repeat it in
they
every
hate
debate.
to hear it.
You
When you have
repeat it in
men
every
who have
debate,
no
Marquette.
accomplishments,
We
they
heard
hate
it, man.
to
I
hear
told
it.
you. I told
He's
you
a
I'm a fan,
hater.
right?
He's jealous. He's jealous.
What did I say at the beginning?
He's jealous.
What did I say at the beginning?
He's jealous.
I said I'm not gonna. I said I'm not gonna go through
You're
the
a jealous
accusations
person.
that
You're a
you face on the
jealous-hearted
internet
person.
because I don't know
You're a
who to believe, and I
jealous-hearted-
actually feel
You're
like
a jealous-hearted nobody.
Muted
You're
again.
a jealous-hearted nobody. And that's okay. So all I'm asking you, you jealous-hearted nobody, is if you're a fan, why is it that you get in the comments and you insult me out of nowhere? Like, why do you strike at me out of nowhere? Why is there negativity in you? That's all I'm asking you. Bum ass nigga. I agree. And that's why I always tell you guys, and the ism saves lives. I say, stay away from people who are broke and ugly. This nigga is both. He's both. It's a double win.
Making a judgment on another man's appearance is a little sus, in my opinion. But at least address his points. You know, he wants to have the conversation. At least address that.
It's a double whammy. It's dangerous right now. And this is how I know your father's a clown. Because you disrespect people thoughtlessly. You didn't have a father. Because that's man stuff. Men teach you to think before you speak so that you're not emotional. So you don't mess around and get yourself killed on accident.
Who's being emotional, though? It just seems like he's being emotional by hurling insults. He can't stop. He can't stop and compose himself. Whereas this guy right here, he hasn't left yet. He's showing immense patience and maturity here. He just wants to have the conversation, but Marquette keeps muting him now.
You heard me? On accident. Mess around and get yourself killed with that little mouth of yours. You old ugly rascal. Bro got slave face. Y'all ever heard of slave face? This man has slave face. Extraordinary. I brought him on stream to, of course, first and foremost, to degrade him, first and foremost. And secondarily, to teach lessons. You do not get in someone else's comments.
The only lesson here is do not enter in a debate with Marquette Devon Burton, because you'll never get a chance to get a word in edgewise. That's all I'm learning from this. You know, you can't, as long as you probably pay him, you know, $20 for a question or whatever, maybe he'll answer it, or maybe he'll just talk around it. But either way, he's going to try to get money off of you, and it's not worth it. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to hear anything you have to say.
Insult them for no reason. That is not proper. Can you acknowledge that?
Marquette, I regret nothing, and you've actually proven that I was correct in me. And
This guy's an imbecile. This guy's an imbecile. Oh, you regret something. You went to the military, couldn't hack it. You're a high school graduate with no prospects. You have no kids. You have no woman. You live in a studio. How do you regret nothing? Niggas be lying something serious. You're deluded. You're like
I'm just waiting to talk about Canada, bro. I'm waiting to talk about Canada, bro.
You're a deluded woman.
Now he's calling him a woman. Crazy. It's like he talks all of this talk. He would never do this face to face, though. He feels so comfortable being on this call with him. He would never talk this way. This is just, it's reckless, man.
You're a deluded woman. That's cute. That's cute. This guy's an imbecile.
Still muted. This is wild, man.
Bro's trash.
Unmute.
Hey, little buddy.
Unmute.
Hey, little
Now that
buddy.
we're unmuted.
Imagine being
now that we're
completely
unmuted,
controlled.
let's talk
Watch
about
this.
how America.
Watch this. See, you're muted now. You're being completely controlled. I'd never submit myself to such things.
He muted. He's still
Now
muted.
we-
Look
now
at him
we can
cutting me
hear
off.
you. We can hear you.
Look
now.
at him cutting me off.
We can hear you now.
Only a cow.
But now we can't hear you.
would sit here just to be disrespected. Oh my goodness.
If the disrespect doesn't really like bother him, you know, because he knows that you're a coward, you're not really willing to have the conversation, then it's not going to hurt him, you know? If you know who you are, nobody can disrespect you.
What a dweeb.
Yeah, man, this guy's got like, well, what's the word? Tough skin, you know? Like he's not easily emotional, thrown off, whatever, by all of this. Cause I mean, this is all politics and, you know, just subversion and just procrastination, whatever you want to call it, man. This is not good on Marquette's part. He's not showing himself to be a good orator or anything. Like what he was saying before, how he tries to lift up the youth and try to show them the right way and stuff. This right here is counteracting all of that.
I bet they'd take the 2 million without earnest money. To be honest with you, this market is atrocious. I think we all know that.
I'm gonna fast forward this part because this is ridiculous.
Where it looked like they were like kind of ready to move, just assessing how much, how much this. If you and I are at the same level, why is it when I was your age I was very successful, whereas like you're nobody? Like if we're like the same level, like quality of person. Like, why if we compare apples to apples, you at 26 and me at 26, like you're in a studio apartment and I was in South Korea managing an international corporation. Like, how'd that work out? First, answer the question and then I'll let you respond, but answer first. So I'm asking, if you're as smart as I am, why is it apples to apples? When I was 26, I was in South Korea running an international corporation, yet you are sitting in a studio apartment and you're in poverty. So if you're above average intelligence, why are you working as a security guard? Honestly, if you're above average intelligence, why are you working as a security guard?
You're like a... So now I'm starting to understand.
I'm just asking, like, why do you never answer questions? God damn.
You don't ever answer questions either. The thing is, you talk all around, you throw insults and stuff, and you try to get people to leave, man. So it's like you're just as bad, man.
People hate the truth. This is why therapy is never going to work, because people don't want to deal with the truth. You can never give therapy to anybody because they hate the truth. Like, everyone wants to believe that they're up here. This is the fundamental problem of humankind. It's easy.
Dude, he's the same type of person though. He has these delusions of grandeur. He thinks he's greater than everybody else. He thinks he's on this higher plane and he's like a leader of men and stuff. And it's just like, no, man, you're a scumbag scammer, dude. That's what it is. And you don't let anybody talk, anybody with any points and stuff, because you obviously you can't debate. You don't want to hear any part of it. You chalk it up to like, oh, this person's just trying to get clout, when that's not the case at all. He's seeing the real person that you actually are, and he's probably like, yeah, dude. He's like, you're a scumbag.
Ego. Everyone wants to believe that there's some unique, very important being. That's the world we live in. That's because you have to have character education. It's like, this dude works in a terrible, lowly, basic job, but he thinks he's a genius. And I'm saying, if you're a genius, why aren't you using your brain power to achieve something? The nigga won't answer the question. Why? Because it's too logical.
No, because you keep muting him, dude. He doesn't be able to get a word in edgewise.
It's too logical. It's too logical. It's going to force him to deal with the truth of, maybe I'm not that smart. Maybe I'm not as smart as I think I am, because look around me, I'm suffering. Let me just see if he'll answer. I'm going to try one more time. Young man, I'm asking you a simple question. If you see everything in your environment indicates that you're a below average person, how is it you believe you have above average intelligence?
Who is deciding what is an average person? You're using a subjective measuring tool to try to insult me. And it's totally off topic.
I know that
because
you're
you
in
don't
poverty.
want to discuss
I know
Canada.
you're in poverty because we know the general salary of security.
It's true. Like the way he phrased that question, it was completely loaded, and there was really no way to answer it without making the other guy look bad. And it's like, it's completely the wrong way to answer it. There's no real right way to answer that, because he's basically bringing him down in the question.
Yeah, so you're trying to use subjective measuring systems to try to say that I shouldn't even talk to you.
Security guards.
It's a cowardly tactic. I would expect
know the general
it from,
salary.
I don't know, a Republican or something.
Oh,
but
gosh.
it's like, come on, bro.
You're just here for attention. I already told you I would never debate you. You're a failure. And you're here because this is stimulation. This is emotional stimulation for you. That's why you're here. There's no logical reason to be here unless you're a sadistic person and you just like being embarrassed.
So why are you muting?
There's because you have anything important to say. That's why. You're not answering questions and you have nothing important to say. I can't even use you to teach. Can't even use you to teach the people because you have nothing important to say and you won't answer questions.
Why are you muting?
Now, let me ask you this. Do you believe that you have above average intelligence while also having below average outcomes in your life?
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true.
So you're saying that you have above average intelligence but below average outcomes?
Yeah, that's a lot of people. A lot of people have different problems.
Okay, so why are you not performing?
That's a fair statement. Because like I said, I'm not here to lie about myself, dude.
Well, I appreciate
But you're
that.
on here to try to make me look bad, but I don't really care about that.
No, I'm not trying to make you look bad. I'm trying to make you look like you. I'm trying to make you look
Whatever
like
you want to call it, Marquette. Whatever you want to call it.
And it's only bad because the truth is bad. I'm just trying to have you look like you.
We all know what you're trying to do.
So let's be honest here. Why do you think you're underperforming?
Went through a couple tragedies early on that just got me off track. But got back on track,
Right.
Because I'm somebody who doesn't give up. I'm somebody who doesn't give up and I keep going. And
that's a beautiful thing.
It is what it is.
So let's take it like this.
Man.
We'll take an assumption that you have above average intelligence, which I don't agree with, but we'll take it as an assumption. If that were true, then your chief challenge is not intelligence and being able to navigate the world rationally. Rather, it's EQ, emotional intelligence, which is your ability to deal with people and to react to adverse situations like the ones you just described. So then you have a gap in emotional intelligence. Is that possible?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Okay. And that makes perfect sense because what I asked you and you were unable to acknowledge is why would you get in my comment and say you smoke crack, especially being that you're a fan, admittedly? That's low emotional intelligence. A man should be rational and have enough EQ to think.
Do you want me to?
You caught that too, Machiavelli. Sassy trying to act like he talked to his sister about $2 million house. Lol. He's a brokey trying to act like a millionaire. No, it's absolutely true, man. It's just a flex. It's just a flex. He's trying to, he's got to keep up appearances, So it's like he's got to do this every once in a while to look like he's busy, to look like he's got other stuff going on. When really, he has these people around to kind of prop him up. There's information out there that he slept on the couch of Bridget. Bridget is his assistant, for many years and stuff. And he slept on her couch. The place that she had was in her name and everything like that. Maybe there's a little bit more to him that, we don't know because he's trying to suppress it all. The less we know, the better, because then he can try to manipulate like this.
Apologize
before I say it.
You keep bringing that up like you want me to apologize. So just let me know.
Did you listen to what I said? Did you listen to what I said? I'm tracking your EQ. I'm tracking your EQ through your life so that you can see why you're failing.
Are you that hurt?
It's your lack
bro?
of EQ. It's your lack of EQ. Are you that hurt? You're hurt inside, so you try to spew it out to others. You're unhappy.
Oh, who hurt you? That's the old female argument, man. Why is he using these type of tactics now?
Imagine being mad at someone on the internet.
It's funny that you're putting so much.
Bro, your job is to stand there, nigga. Nigga, your job, you be standing and doing this.
Cool.
That's your job. That's your actual job.
What does this
How
have to
could
do
you
with what you said
ever
about
in
Canada?
life try to compare yourself to me?
You see
Nigga,
how
your
this
job
guy
is
only
to
likes
stand
to
there
belittle people?
and do this.
You see how he only likes to belittle people, but then he tries to act like he rises black people up.
I do like to belittle you.
Look at him.
I
he
do like
doesn't
to belittle you.
pull up. Look, he keeps
I love
muting.
it. I love
He
it.
doesn't raise black.
How bad of a character are you?
See, I mean, like I said, man, you go back to that video, Legion of Saints, whatever, one of his fan accounts or people that he pays to make videos and stuff for him. He was just saying that he wants to be a role model, you know, to young men and prop them up and show them the right way and all this stuff. But has he done any of that this entire interaction? Like, he's been nothing but completely like one-sided nasty to this guy. This guy has shown nothing but patience and maturity, man.
You just here getting degraded, and you got the same script that all the haters got. He doesn't lift up black people.
Look at him.
This dude's a clown. You got the same script. Y'all need to get clever one time. You are a weirdo. Can you guys believe bro is still here? I've been clowning him for an hour. He's still here. Purple rain. Purple rain.
I've never seen him do this with somebody he's actually wanting to debate.
You're a security
with.
guard.
He's doing this because
you need
he has
to secure
to debate or defend.
Secure the premises. Secure the premises.
He has nothing to defend.
Secure the premises.
He has nothing to defend in this argument, which is why he's not actually debating.
This is where I'm just like, where in the master communication course does this cover, like, is this anything? You know, it's like we're just avoiding the whole thing. You know, it's just, you know, like I watched this because I was like, maybe they're going to eventually get to the point where they talk about it, but they never do. Machiavelli came back. He says, doing anything but debating the Canada topic because he knows he can't debate. No, it's true. You know, it's so clear here, you know, but again, you know, if we go back 3 years and we're with that conversation he had with Destiny wanted it. He's like, look, before we even have this talk about NFTs, I need to know that you know what an NFT is. Can you at least tell me what an NFT is? And he just, for almost an hour, he couldn't do it. And he did the same thing with Destiny. He muted Destiny and just he moved on to other stuff, and it was funny, you know. It was hilarious because it's like, you are losing this debate by avoiding the question, you know, something so simple. All you got to do is just answer it, and then you can move on, and then you can actually have the conversation. But it's like he has this like pride about himself where he's like, I can't give in, I can't, you know, show all my hand and stuff. And it's like, well, the fact that you're doing this, man, it just kind of tells us everything we need to know about you. Machiavelli came back. He says, and by the way, Sassy is a lightweight. And I told him, I can hold him like a chair. He's always acting tough while he's a sweet boy. Yeah, that's true. No, I mean, dude, he has this thing where if you're this person that is, I guess, on equal footing with him, or maybe if you worked with him closely and stuff like that, yeah, he's gonna like praise you and everything like that. But if you're just anybody else on the outside of his circle, he has absolutely zero respect, you know? So again, Machiavelli came back. He says, again, he tries to act like this, like his old lady is talking to him. That's true. You know, I mean, while this guy is muted, he could be just like texting her and be like, hey, I need you to like bring up this conversation about like some $2 million asset for some painting or whatever like that. It's just like, you know, just make me look good, please. You know, that could be like all he's doing.
Secure the premises.
It's so obvious that he has nothing to defend.
Report. Observe report.
He can't defend his argument. So he's acting like a child. You see how he's talking about emotional intelligence, but he's acting like a child?
Yeah. It's perfect right? Point.
Because he's acting like an immature teenager, but he wants to talk about emotional intelligence. That's what's kind of...
Observe and report. My old lady had to laugh. She was like, why are you acting like that? I had to laugh at you.
I know, the old lady.
You're a funny guy.
Camera view.
You're a funny guy.
I know, the
You're
old
a funny guy.
Camera view.
You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy. You're a funny dude.
Yeah, I know.
Funny
You're
dude,
so mature.
man.
You're so mature with your voice.
You're a funny
impressions
dude,
and
buddy.
Your voice acting.
You're a funny dude.
I mean, does anybody think this guy is?
I'm from Canada, don't you know? I'm from Canada. Don't
Does
you
anybody
know?
think he's more
I'm from Canada.
more
don't
respectful
you know?
than me?
I'm from
For
Canada.
how he's
Don't you
conducted
know?
himself?
I'm
See, I mean, the guy, the Mike Liss, he's kind of turning it all on him. Like you can't lecture me about being mature and having EQ, whatever, if you're just completely avoiding conversation and acting like a little child, man. It's absolutely true. Cheetos with Ghost came back. He says, "Can Saint the Sinner do anything besides belittle this guy?" And I didn't hear what the other guy was discharged for. From what I understand, I believe he said, yeah, actually, I didn't hear that part either. I think he got cut off, or I think that part got cut off, and then he hasn't really had a chance to really circle back to that.
from Canada. Don't you know? Bro, you're
Look at
ugly. You're ugly.
Look
You're
at him.
so ugly.
Look
You're
at him.
so ugly. Why are you here? Still here. You stupid. You don't stupid.
Look at him.
This is the part where I was like, master communicator course. Like, what are we doing now at this point? Is this even a debate? Or are we just judging each other's looks now?
Stupid. You so stupid. You so stupid. You so stupid.
Look at him.
You so stupid. You stupid though.
Look at
You
him.
stupid. I know people like you from my country. You so stupid. You so stupid. You just a security guard. I know. I saw you yesterday. I saw you. You security guard. You so stupid.
You do sound like some of the construction dudes that be there.
You so
But it's kinda
stupid.
funny.
You stupid.
But
Shut up. You
I mean,
stupid.
this just proves. you
Hey,
didn't really
okay,
wanna
you
debate
talk
this
about me.
issue,
I do
man.
construction, but I make more money than you, baby.
You didn't.
I make
you
more
didn't
money
wanna
than you,
debate this
Papa.
issue, man. You
I
didn't
make
wanna
more
debate
money
this
than you,
issue 'cause
Papa.
can't.
I do security. No, I do construction.
wanna
You do
debate 'cause you
security. You
can't.
don't make no money. You don't make
He
no
didn't wanna
money.
debate because he
You
can't.
don't make no money though, Tupi. You Tupi.
He can't debate.
You Tupi. I don't even speak English. I make more money than you, Papa.
can't
You
debate.
Tupi. You Tupi though.
It's crazy to me, man, that people give this guy money, man. Like, this is literally what he puts out, and it's like, I don't understand how he has like anybody like believing in him or thinking that he's good faith. He's never been good faith in terms of these arguments. Like, these debates that he has, they always devolve into like hurling insults and not letting the other person talk and having just complete control, and it's like you never get anywhere with it. But somehow, you know, he has people that just like, they hang on his every word, and they're like, yeah, you destroyed that guy in a debate. Like, there's no debate here.
Tupi. Come on, Papa.
Can't debate.
I don't even speak English. I make more money than you though,
Can't
Papa.
debate. The best
Papa,
debate he
you
had is
stupid.
defending
You
Elijah
stupid.
Muhammad.
You stupid. I tell you guys, you black American,
best
you been
debate he can
here
do is defending-
200 years. You still make no money.
perverts
You
like Elijah
stupid.
Muhammad.
You
That's the
stupid.
best debate he can
You
do.
stupid. Let's be honest. You black American. You been here 200
can't
years. You made
debate.
no money. Still, you made no money. You on the food stamps. You on this disability. I know.
Can't debate.
I know.
That's why
They
he's
tell
doing
me.
all
They
this.
tell me. You stupid.
That's what it was. He said he was discharged from a pre-existing condition. That's why he was discharged. That's what I just remembered that.
Have you ever seen a real debate?
You stupid.
Have you ever seen a real
You
debater?
stupid.
Have you ever seen a real
You
debater doing this?
stupid. Stupid.
Yeah, look at him.
You?
Yeah, you might be a little bit of a
You
bastard,
stupid.
brother.
You
might be a little
This
bit
is
of
a little sassy, man. Like, this is very sassy.
a bastard.
stupid. You stupid. You stupid. You stupid. I see you. You black guys, I see a lot of you guys. It's so many of you, but
So
you
anyway,
stupid.
why America
You
shouldn't
stupid.
invade Canada?
I don't know. I mean,
So we
when
can
you
get back
really
to
think
the
about it, when you think about it, you been here forever.
Yeah, so why
I
America
know,
shouldn't
my
invade
English
Canada?
not so good looking, but really, you
So why
think about
America
it.
shouldn't invade?
But you think about it, my English is good as your English.
Machiavelli came back. He says he got so many accounts and he comments on his own videos, and he deleted a lot of my comments. I believe it. You know, like he likes to silence anybody that comes up against him, you know, and I mean, he has the ability to delete videos and make them look bad. He didn't delete this video. He definitely should have deleted this one, because I saw this, like, it was probably about a week ago, and I was like, dude, like, what the hell was this? And I was like, I know I'm going to talk about this one, because he he claims to be a great orator and just a person that can, you know, improve your life and stuff. And he just wants, you know, people that are rich to come around him so he can make them richer and stuff. But it's like everybody else can just eat it. You know, it's like he doesn't want anything. Everybody else is scum to him. And yeah, it's bad. It's very bad. But you know, it's like this is just a small percentage of stuff that I noticed that, you know, he probably doesn't want shown. You know, that's why he has so many different channels and stuff. So it's like he hopes that this stuff doesn't all get compiled into one. But yeah, I mean, dude, we have like so much stuff to refer back to just say the contrary of what he actually is. You know, he's a scammer. He's a person who will use and abuse anybody, whatever, that doesn't support him. Anybody that he does, if like, he doesn't welcome haters. He silences haters, you know? And if he can, he will probably send like a copyright strike to anybody to try to get the channel deleted, you know? And I'm not afraid if that stuff happens, you know? I mean, you can't abuse that stuff on YouTube. You'll get your channel deleted if that happens. So, we'll see what happens. Machiavelli came back. He's like, you cut a lot of content from his video. He edits a lot. Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, he hires an editor, probably tells me, he's like, look, anything that I say that's off color, you know, that's a little too far, that's probably not safe for YouTube, make sure you edit that out, you know. But this one right here, yeah, he would full in.
Why America shouldn't invade Canada is
because you stupid. That's why.
So why America should invade Canada? Why should we
Papa, you stupid.
Hey, I'm asking you a question.
Papa, you stupid.
I'm asking you a question. Why should we invade Canada?
I understand, Papa. You want to feel smart, right? Right? You
why should we invade
Canada? Talkie. I know, Papa. You want to feel smart. Papa, because you go to high school, then you go to the military, and they kick you out, Papa. They kick you out. So now you want to feel smart, Papa. And so you try to debate, but you don't need to debate. You need to go get the money first.
You're not a debater. You don't want to debate.
Go get the money, Papa.
You're trying to tell me what to do.
Right now, Papa. Right now, I tell you something.
You're trying to tell me what to do instead of debate.
You stupid. Okay? You stupid.
You're trying to tell me what to do right now.
Papa. You stupid. Papa,
so you never wanted to debate. Can you just admit that you never wanted to debate?
Papa, I tell you, just listen to me. Listen to me. Just listen to me one time.
You never wanted to debate.
Listen to me one time.
Bro, I'm not listening. You're cringe. You're cringe. It's cringy now. You've been doing this for like 5 minutes now. It's getting kind of cringy. Even if somebody laughed at you at the beginning.
Papa,
he's been doing this for longer than 5 minutes, man. He's been doing this for a long time. You know, he just happened to make it to you, man.
Papa, you don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. A lot of you.
How old
you blacks,
are you?
You come to the work site. You don't work very hard.
How old is he acting
you
like
don't
this?
work hard, and then you leave. I seen like 10 of you, Papa.
Like he's losing a lot of credibility here. It's like he made this one statement that men should be serious. You know, men shouldn't play. You know, but should be playing games. You know, you should just always have like a serious demeanor about yourself, because you never know when you need to take care of business. You need to basically be dependable and stuff like that. What is this? You know, like this is just, I can't even tell you what this is. You know, it's like, I wouldn't dream of hosting a debate and just completely Xing somebody out and not giving them a chance to talk and just wasting their time, you know, because not only am I wasting that person I'm debating's time, I'm wasting the audience's time too. You know, what are we getting out of this that has any value whatsoever?
He acting like
Every
this.
time a different black guy. You come, you don't work hard, and then you leave. So just leave, Papa. Just
How
leave.
old is he acting like
Papa, go. Go, Papa.
He's tired now. He's like, I can't believe that this guy is still standing strong, man. Like most people, they usually drop the call after like 5 minutes. They realize, okay, all you're doing is throwing insults. You're not being serious right now. I wanted to debate some points, and you're not taking it serious, you know?
Go, Papa.
Oh, man. This guy isn't an immovable object, man. I totally respect him for standing up to this guy.
The record shows he doesn't want to.
Ándale. Mommy, uh-oh. What's popping tonight?
So I'm gonna go ahead and take my leave now because he doesn't want to debate. He's a coward. He doesn't know what he's
Thank
talking
you,
about.
Papa. Go, just go. And let me ask you one question, Papa, real quick. Let me ask you one question. One question, Papa. One question. I know why you don't leave. I figured it out. Cause you sitting in a. He didn't
even let him see that you let him finish.
He finally left. Very good. What a weirdo.
Who's the real weirdo, though? You did this for like 40 minutes, basically, and you didn't get anything accomplished. I can't believe, and of course, nobody supported this work. They were just like, this is ridiculous, dude. I can't believe he's acting like this. Is the guy we're following? This is our savior?
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I enjoyed myself. I think he's going to be mad for like the next 3 hours, at least. Anyways, ladies and saints, it's been a pleasure. Until next time.
But it just goes to show you, it's like, dude, this guy right here, he's a little off his rocker. I don't understand why anybody follows him with any type of sincerity, man. They just like, dude, this guy's he's kooky, man. Very suspect. And yeah, dude. Let's see. So we're right at the 3 hour mark. I did talk about the debate he had with a lawyer. I want to see if I can just find that real quick for you guys. And I'll find it real quick. I think it's called, yeah. It's Marquette. Lawyer, I think? Debates lawyer. We're not going to watch the whole thing because it's fairly long. This one right here. Marquette debates lawyer. Should he accept using... we should accept her using her body to make money. That's what this one is about. Let me...
You have time to add...
We're going to watch, I think, just the introduction of this. Because you're about to see how quickly he goes to gay stuff. Sus stuff, if you will. And... if you guys aren't paying attention, you'll just see, like, yeah, this guy is like, he's completely sus because he lives in that whole world. All right, let's just skip across this little time thing. And it's okay. So he's going to come up and debate a lawyer here, and you would think that, okay, there's going to be a little bit of a equal footing here, but no, he's going to completely treat this guy with disrespect as well. Machiavelli came back. He's talking about himself. He's going to be mad for at least 3 hours. Well, no, absolutely not. I think he's just going to be like, yeah, that guy's an idiot. And he's going to be done with it. So let's, you guys are going to see this whole thing. Watch this.
Peace to the saints. We are back yet again with a debate. This one was prompted by a video on Instagram. The gentleman had a major disagreement, and it is our good fortune. This is an educated brother. This is an attorney, an esquire. So I will yield the floor for the gentleman to introduce himself, and then we'll provide you the specifics on the topic. I yield the floor.
Thank you. Hey guys, Attorney Jamal Pointer, Texas injury attorney. Howard undergrad, University of Texas Law School. I yield the floor.
Okay, very good. Excellent. And I like that green pinstripe. That's very unusual. I got a couple pinstripes myself, not any green, so that's pretty cool.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely, looking sharp. So what I will do is I will first play the video, and then I will secondly pull up the comment that the gentleman made, and then we'll go through and we'll analyze quite deeply. We'll take it bit by bit, and we'll present some arguments. And again, the audience often says, well, Marquette, you don't debate educated people. I don't think they realize that most of the time people don't look educated when they're debating me, but in fact, many of them are. But this gentleman is, in fact, an attorney, and your bread and butter is making arguments, right?
Correct.
All right, fantastic. He is formally trained in making arguments. So he has the best chance of anyone that has ever shown up. So let's go ahead and get to this work. By the way, my live chat is not populating. If you were there in the live chat and you can hear us very well and see us well, please populate an alpha 1 into the chat. And I'm going to
pop this up. Here we go. You know, YouTube is suppressing this video because we stated a woman using her body to make money. So only people on Twitch. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. All right. So here we are. Okay, so this is the original video. I've seen this lady do this many times, which is to make a spectacle of herself. I'm going to make sure I can play this from the top. And
so Marquette said, weak males are the reason women behave this way. We must wage war on both. And this is the attorney here. He says his name is Better Call Jamal. I think it's more of the reflection of how difficult times are. For many women, the option is to struggle with work and barely get by or exploit themselves on the internet. So that was his argument.
Ensure that the audio is included.
Be afraid if it feels like you're losing. Be ready to release what no longer serves you. You must make space for the life that you desire by releasing everything that no longer aligns with the version of you who has it already. Let me talk to you.
I want to legalize returning weak males to the soil. And the reason that we have to do that is because this little slore right here, she'll swear up and down that she's talented, and she might even make some money off of putting her monk all up in the camera. But it's like, sis, if what you're saying is not valid while your clothes are on, if what you're saying is not interesting and engaging when your monk is not in people's faces, then what you're saying is not that interesting. You are utilizing your body to hypnotize males who have no control over their libido and frankly don't even get women. It's the incel perv males. And we must eliminate them to disempower the thoughts so that their philosophy meets its demise and the goodness in society can rise. Marquettism is for the kids. Marquettism saves lives.
That boy good. So I will yield the floor for the gentleman to read his comment in his voice, and then we'll take a look at some of the replies, and then we'll dig in with a fine-tooth comb. So here is your comment. I will yield the floor to you.
Sure. So am I allowed to say anything else besides just reading the comment? Or
you will have plenty of time to add context, to make arguments, but at this point, we're just going through the text.
Okay, so my comment was that I think this video is a reflection of how difficult times are for many women. I'll just read the comment. For many women, the option is to struggle with working a 9 to 5, or and barely get by, or to exploit themselves on the internet. That is what people see their option as.
Woo! Soul Train. Okay, that was the gentleman's comment, and then let's see what the replies are. So we have a reply from Marquette, says DM to discuss on live stream. The gentleman writes, okay, so, this is someone else. This person writes, they could humble themselves and work together with a man. That's an option too. Yeah, that's actually one that has worked for years. Extraordinary. This person writes, respect my brother. We'd love for you to come on our, okay. The gentleman writes, done. Okay, fantastic. And true to his word, he did message. He responds to the other individual. He writes, actually, I'll let you read your own comment.
Men are consuming this content as well. Otherwise, there would be no audience for her to post to.
Right. Was that ever in question?
No. It wasn't. It was never in question.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Then another individual writes to you, yup, exactly. And we can't forget the majority of abusers do actually date and marry women. LOL. A man being single or not isn't a measure of safety. I don't even know what that means. Do you know what that gentleman was trying to say?
I honestly don't know what he was referencing.
Yeah, I don't know either. And mind you, anyone who needs to reach me for anything meaningful, you can message on rizdem.com/Marquette Devon. That's RIZZDEM.com/Marquette Devon. And you know what? Actually, Jamal, we got to get you on Rizdem. Rizdem basically allows people who have something meaningful to say to get a guaranteed response within 15 hours. Great for professionals like you who are attorneys, because I trust people have legal questions, but sometimes they probably try to ask you stuff and not pay you. They might not quite need a consultation. They might have a quick question, which might lead to some business. So it might be useful to you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And in fact, if you end up on there, shoot me over your Wisdom link, whether it's wisdom.com/Jamal Esquire or what have you. And I'll put it on the video and I'll pin the comment just so that if people want to reach out to you, do business with you, they can not only contact you for some business, but also you'll get paid to engage the communication. So it'd be.
So right now, everything sounds fine. Like everything sounds respectful, but it's going to get disrespectful very quick. So just wait for it. It's coming.
My pleasure to do that for you. I just turned up the gentleman's microphone. I'm going to turn it up a little bit more. Can some of my moderators let me know in 2 minutes if his mic is at an equal or near equal level with mine? I just turned it up 3 separate times. I want to make sure that you can be heard. Anyways, so I'll trust my mods for that one. So this individual writes, in America, hell nah. What do you think of that response?
Let's see. What is he responding to?
He's responding to your original comment that states that women are engaging in immorality because of the economy.
Because of the economy. So let's see. In America. So, okay. Is this like the debate? Is this a debate? What can I elaborate on my part here? Or do you want me to
You can say whatever you want. I was just saying that these commenters are engaging your argument. So, feel free to make your response direct to that particular comment, which was in America.
Okay. So, I mean, we can kind of look at math. I think in America, just if you average out the country, they said it takes about, say, 230 to 250,000 to support a family, which really means that basically maybe like 5 to 10% of people can really afford to comfortably support a family. So think about all those women that don't fall into there, and then all the men that don't fit into that bracket financially. And even if you really stretch it and expand it, a lot of men are not really in a position to support a family. And as someone with skills, like I know you're a highly educated individual, myself as well, the thing is that to gain skills to be able to compete in the marketplace and to not have to do certain labor jobs or jobs that people look at a certain way and don't pay well, you have to have some kind of time to be able to gain skills. So I'm not her specifically, but women who produce content like that, oftentimes they don't have the luxury of time. So if your bills
or the luxury of a man to lean on, so they're in survival mode. That's just the simplistic way to explain it. When you're on your own, you're left to your own devices, and sometimes the path of least resistance is really fast money. Fast money meaning, having to do an OF or to, start an Instagram that leads people, that funnels them to your OF. So
we're due next week. You don't have the luxury of trying to figure out how to gain a skill to be productive in the marketplace. So that's why I say the economy.
Okay. Just taking some notes here on what you said.
Sure.
And thank you for speaking well. It is a privilege. I get so annoyed listening to people stutter through their explanations. So I'm not saying that it was accurate or meaningful or persuasive. I'm saying it was well spoken, and I appreciate that. All right, carrying on. So next person writes, and they're really tagging you here. They got something to say to you. Right? Did you not watch the video? That was his whole point. Your response to that?
Sure. So I don't disagree with your statement that weak men are the reason why women behave that way. As people always say, it's like weak men create hard times, et cetera. It's like the little cycle thing.
Yes.
Strong men create good times create weak men create hard times. So I do believe it is because weak men have created those times. So I'm not really disagreeing on that point. But I think my opinion is that when you're telling someone that they should operate in a certain way, then I think we need to show them that way. So like I go out and mentor students, and it's one thing to tell someone you shouldn't go in the streets and that's not the route you should take. But if you're not telling them another way that that helps them get by, then what is your information besides just telling someone how they should live?
That's a good point. He's basically telling them, don't just give them the solution or just tell them to, figure it out. Actually provide solutions, provide, outlets for people to reach that destination, rather than just tell them just to earn more money or whatever. It's like earning money is not easy for everybody, especially in the areas that you live, and also the education level that people have. It's like it's easy to just say go earn more money, but you have to provide outlets to how people can do that.
Just taking some notes here.
Sure, understood.
Have you ever had any sexual contact with another male? Okay. I only ask because you went to Harvard. That's an all male school, or
No.
not Harvard? Howard.
So why would he ask that? Why? Why would he ask that? Because maybe to throw him off a little bit, maybe to change the subject a little bit. That was the part that I was like, okay, this is about to go south real quick, because now he's brought in the sus thing. Let's bring it back just a little bit, just so that we can pay attention now.
Taking some notes here.
Understood.
Have you ever had any sexual contact with another male?
This nigga's a homosexual.
Okay. I only ask because you went to Harvard. That's an all male school, or
No.
not Harvard? Howard. Is that all male?
No, that's Morehouse. Morehouse is
That's Morehouse. Okay, Morehouse is the gay one. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Cat's going to jail voluntarily. Extraordinary. The gentleman writes, difficult.
See how that was just kind of like completely out of the blue? Like, why? Why did he say that? I think it's just more breadcrumbs, honestly. It really just kind of like did it answer any of his points, or did it like provide any type of insight into like his counter view or whatever? No, it didn't. It was just an off topic question.
Difficult times mean nothing. We all go through them. That's a fact. Tough times will always reveal who and how people truly are underneath. Well, that's really persuasive, this young man. I don't know who that is, but I like what he's putting down here. Let me ask you this. Under what circumstances would you kiss another male?
I wouldn't.
Why?
Why are we... See, look, he's now going in on this gay stuff now. It's really weird. It's really sus. And I'm trying to figure out the point of it. I still don't know the point of it, but it's very interesting. Hold on. All right.
It's not something I'm interested in doing. I'm not attracted to men.
Okay. Huh. So you have to be attracted to dudes to kiss another dude?
I mean, there are people that do.
Well, I mean, I would think so, right? Like, what kind of question is that?
Do it for money, but I would never.
Okay, so yeah, right. So what if the economy's bad, like you said? What if the economy's bad and that was your best way of earning? Would you kiss another dude?
I personally, I know where you're going with this. I kind of know where you're going with this line of logic. But that's
trying to say that if times got so desperate for men and men resorted to being gay for pay, would you think that's a viable option? When really, there's so many other outlets for men to earn money that they wouldn't have to do that, especially if they're not willing to compromise on their values and stuff. It's very weird that he would present this question in this way. But he's trying to, I guess, maybe poke and pry and see if men could be on equal footing of desperation in terms of women and stuff like that. If how women can easily go to their sexuality to make money, would men be so inclined if if the opportunity presented itself, I don't think so. I think we're going to try to figure out another way, you know.
But the economy's bad, and it's the best way for you to make money. So why not just?
It's not the best way to make money, though. It's not the best way to make money.
Kiss another dude. You wouldn't be gay. You'd be gay for pay.
But I don't know. I think that if your brain even went there, you might be a little bit more sus than most. You know, most men that are straight, they would never have that as an option. Even if it did pay well, it would be something that like, no, it's fine. I'd rather struggle. So this is just another breadcrumb, little something I wanted to we're not going to watch this whole thing. This is just the point I wanted to make to kind of end off the whole stream. You know, we're already at our 3-hour mark anyway, but it's just, you know, the Saint in the Center, he's a little sus, you know, and this is just more breadcrumbs here, you know, and he can flag this video for all he wants and stuff, but this is just something that I wanted to kind of leave you guys with. It's like, this guy is obviously a scammer. He's a little sus, you know, and are we really to take him seriously? I don't think so. I think he's just another guy on the internet trying to scam people to get money and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, the bottom line is to make money. Okay. Don't go searching for some internet daddy to basically promise you the world and get you out of this rut and stuff like that. You know, if you're a man, teach yourself, gain the skills, make some money. You know, I think read a book, you know, and see people that, you know, you want to be like, but also these people that you want to emulate, make sure you look at everything about them, you know, because this guy right here, Saint the Sinner, is not somebody that I would aspire to be, or anybody that's close to me to follow him, because he's obviously not good for the society, and it makes sense why he was demonetized and why all of this stuff is happening to him now. It's all karmic retribution, whatever you want to call it. But that's all I got for tonight. I do hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. I do appreciate you guys coming out. Everybody that did come out, Machiavelli, Coke Benny, Decoder, Tina Tosa Ghost, Eris Play World, and Jamar Toombs, thank you so much for joining. And Exo Charles, all the hustlers, thank you so much. Next week, I will see you guys on the next one. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend. And yeah, you guys take care of yourselves, all right? This is Camp Hustle 1. Out.
Hustlers unite every Saturday night. We shine bright, got the spotlight in sight. Live stream flames, haters take flight. Popping in the hang, keep the vibe airtight.